What is going on, wonderful members of the tribe? How are we all doing today? I hope we're all good. Hope we're all dandy. Hope we're all fine. Mighty fine, you know what I mean? Mighty fine. How we doing, Ansab? How we doing, Exo? How you guys? How you guys? An all kitty stream? Well, I mean, you can get kitty streams elsewhere. This might not be the stream for you, my friend. I don't think I could manage to get the cats to sit here and chill for an entire stream, to be honest, dude. What's going on, Evo? Whoops. Hola, James. What's going on, Rebel? How are you doing today, buddy? Good to see you. Nice to see you. Nice. Should just grab myself a drink real quick. Alrighty. What's going on, Kim? How you doing?
And the Geos just go...
Hey, Calthric, thank you so much for the 100 biddies.
And the Geos just go...
I saw them titties. Here be your berries. You know it. That's how we rule. The microphone is just making a bid for its own freedom there. It'd be great to have a chair that actually moves on carpet. You know what I mean? Thanks for the 100 biddies, Garth. Appreciate you. I don't just give away them titties for free. Is there a compelling reason to push for the 530 crate over the 450? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Shall we go and venture forth and have a look to see what the actual difference is between those crates? Because you know how Scribble's brain works. It's red box or nothing. So, in order to give you a comprehensive answer on how it would have to check, I'm assuming there's more shards. And that's always a good reason. What's going on, Iron Thatcher? You don't even have a chair? Would you just stand around? What is going on with BlueStacks right now? I'm going to restart BlueStacks real quick. BlueStacks is being a douche. It's been super slow. And I ain't got time for it. You prefer beer versus carpet? I don't think we're talking about the same thing there. More character shards, less gear. Fair. Oops. Got a question. With your new guild, will I be streaming my TWs? Is it a super secret club on defense and strategies? I imagine it's pretty secretive. I haven't actually spoken to them about it. I never, even in my last guild where it wasn't, I would never really show the defenses. I'd go through my attack phases, but it's typically 1 or 2 attacks. Now, if the officers have got a concern with it, I guess I just won't do it. But nobody's reached out to me so far. Your music is a bit loud? Sure, I'll turn it down now. I shall turn down the music. Is that better? Is that more of an acceptable level of music? You tell me, buddy. You tell me, buddy. I think you're still looking at 4-month unlock for and there's less gear. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Music is music. What's music? I'll do you one better. Why is music? Ba-boom-bam-bam. So what was it? It was, is there any reason to get this 530 box over this 450 box? Let's just take a look and compare. 50 shards over here. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Different gear, 1.2 mil. 65 shards. Okay, so 330, yeah. Say you're going to get 20 shards per, right? Just from buying from the scavenger nodes. I'm assuming you're doing that. So that's 60. So 330 minus 60. Then you just divide by 50. That's 5.4. Or 270 divide by 65. 4.1. Okay, so technically you'd get it. Yeah. You'd get it one conquest sooner, theoretically speaking, right? Bane, essentially. That is reason enough in my book. One conquest sooner, get it a month sooner. That's always nice. 5 Zetas, 10 Omegas. Who cares about Omegas? Zetas is always useful. Yeah, that stuff ain't different. Maybe there's some difference in gear. But honestly, like, the gear is kind of... I'm not trying to downplay it, but who gives a crap? At least to me. Like, raid is where you get all your gear, truth be told. This is nice, but it's random. What's going on, Wolfman? What's going on, Thrawn? Hey, One Pratt, how you doing, buddy? Conquest is over this week. I mean, technically for me, Conquest is already over because I've red boxed, so I'm simming at this point. 530 allows you to unlock the character after 6 conquests. Yeah, I mean, just that reason alone, it gives you the character unlock 1 conquest sooner, is reason enough, in my opinion, to push for the next box. You live by the gold crate. Kimmy lives by the gold crate, dies by the gold crate. You know what I mean? How did I red box so fast? Practice. 6 refreshes a day. I've red boxed, what, 2 days ago? There were people that red boxed a day or 2 before me as well. So I'm not the most efficient Conquest player, but I do 6 refreshes, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot. Oh, Thrawny, mate. Come on now, dude. You don't miss me that much. Yeah, you can miss me. That's fine. I'll let you miss me. I'll let you miss me. Oh, I need to grab my my thingamabob over here. Where should we put Tarples? Tarples. Where shall you go? Maybe he can go down there. He can just chill down there. He could be like, the Tarples Whale Fund. We're going to be doing roster reviews to try and fill that up each week. We get a new marquee. It's going to be fun. You wish you could do that? It comes with time, Ansab. It comes with time. Like, when you start to finish off most things in the game, it becomes a lot easier. Especially if you are like, if you're in Kyber in GAC and you're getting first in Fleet Arena each day, it becomes a lot easier to justify spending 6 crystals refreshing Conquest every day. 6 crystals? 6 refreshes of Conquest every day. You can have him back if you want Thrawn. Wait. I mean, no? Only money spent on Conquest Pass, it's worth it for the shards? Yep, I agree, Kim. I put out a video about that, in fact. You might have responded to it, actually. But if you're going to spend money on anything in this game, like, throw it towards the Conquest Pass. That does remind me, though, isn't there? It's Monday, so that... What is going on with BlueStacks today? BlueStacks is just operating like utter trash today. Just going to restart it again to try and kick its ass a little bit. Bear with me. People keep messaging me because I'm just far too popular, I guess. Stop messaging. Irritating. BlueStacks doing its CG impressions, doing a good job of it too. Real good job. User error. Skill issue. It's an absolute skill issue, that is. After months of broken SWGoH / BlueStacks, I managed to get a working version last night. Nice. Do. What's on, Adam? What's going on, buddy? JML makes it so much easier? Yup. JML is, like, probably god-tier Conquest unit. Hey, Battle Fries, how you doing, buddies? Good to see you again. Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you? Yeah, JV, I really hope that they fix that. It's not fair for people to be locked out of getting their ultimates for their GLs. Most GLs are far worse without their ultimate. I suppose I should say GLs are far stronger with their ultimate in general. Call Meathead? I mean, I could call him. He probably won't pick up, though. He probably wouldn't pick up. He'll respond to my DMs if I DM him, usually. JML coming in clutch for heat on your Gear 8 Paz. Oh man, you should be using my cheese for that. Gear 8 Paz. Oh, have I not done my fleet challenge? Oh, wait a minute. Apologies. Hey, Jar Jar, how you doing, brother? Guessing that Jar Jar will be this year's Grand Inquisitor / Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, so force forgive me, I'll be watching the Gungans with great interest. Yeah, we're working on it. I really do like the new marquee schedule that they're kicking out. I think it's huge. I think it's awesome. I think it's fantabulous, in fact. I would go so far as to say it's great. But it does mean that your boy Scribble's going to be wailing a little bit more than usual. I don't... You know me, guys, I'm not a massive whale, but I shall wail when there's... Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to check. I was going to see... Isn't the... I can't remember the name of the pack. What is it? I always forget the name of it. It's like that $9.99 one. I mean, these are all really tempting, but I need to save my crystals for refreshing the marquee packs when they come out. This one, Relic Cargo Package. See, I should probably be getting this one. Because signal data and stuff like that is just an absolute killer. I might jump into the web store and buy that real quick. JTR and Conquest outspeeding Slacker at 80% stamp. Oh, FN, dude, like... In Sector 5, some of those teams just outspeed everything. You know what I mean? They, like, you can have 100% stamina JML getting outsped by standard units. You're like, I guess that 80% additional speed helps. I guess that helps. Treats for Smudgy. We'll get it in a sec. How's your boss? My boss Nas is like gear 7... 5-star. I'm not pushing too hard on Boss Nass. He's going to be the easy one to finish off out of all of the Gungans, so I'm not pushing hard on this dude. He'll be 6-star by the end of this event. Let's double check I've done the marquee. I'm pretty certain I've done the marquee. Do I think Queen Amidala will be the next Conquest after Bane? Yes, I do. They did say there would be a light side unit. Are there any units that might come before the Queen? Or do you think they announced it just in case? No, I'm pretty certain it's Queen Amidala. I'm thinking mostly around... They said they want to get the raid out in time. They said they want to get the raid out in time for summer, right? So Queen Amidala has to be the next one because it's going to be 3 months on top of the, 7 days or whatever we've got left of Conquest right now. So, 3 months and 7 days before we actually unlock Queen Amidala. If it's the Conquest after that, we're looking like... October period, which is not the summertime, before Queen Amidala becomes available, right? That just doesn't seem to line up, so she must be the next one, because she's a named unit for the raid. I can't see them releasing a raid without all the characters being available in the game. So I think she's definitely the next Conquest unit. Any bets on whether Queen Amidala's abilities will be called Long Live the Queen, maybe? Why not? Not even Sector 5 was in Sector 2. Your slacker speed is around 524. Gotcha. TG has done dumber stuff. You'll probably unlock Bane sometime into the first Conquest of the next one. So I'll be happy to get both at the same time. Nice one, Battle Fries. Yeah, looks like I have done this event for Naboo. 2 days and 22 hours left, so I should be getting, an extra 15 shards, right? 15 shards? Something like that. Oh no, I'm gaining 10 per, aren't I? So I should get about 30 shards. I can math. So yeah, that should put me straight up to 6 stars, which means I'll just need 100 shards of Boss Nass to finish him off to 7-star. Obviously I have to take him to Relic 5 minimum, and then probably Relic 7 or Relic 8 for the raid. We're working on it. I haven't, Axel. I've not seen the new New store data mine. Is there anything interesting in there? I saw it pop up, but I haven't looked at it. Let me go take a look. Take a look at my data mine. Yeah, it's the only one I got. Not much of a data mine, baby. I never seem to get a lot of deals. Let's see. Here we go. Chirotech bundle, Datacron set bundle 1, 2, calendar, hybrid, relic 5 mats, Ufu squad bundle, Zori Bliss and Resistance, 6.0 character bundles. Well, this is just going to be, you know, Tarples and Boomadeer, right? Any guesses on what the new raid will be? Of course, Tadana. They've basically told us, haven't they? It's going to be Battle for Naboo. All we know so far is that we're facing off against waves of separatist droids, and we've discussed this in Tribe Talks about how that just doesn't sound like an entertaining raid, because people like to actually face off against something interesting rather than nameless droids, but I'm trying to withhold judgment until we actually see and get to play the raid itself. It might sound boring and absolutely be awesome, or it might sound boring and it'll be trash. But hey, we're in to play it. So a heroic tank raid. Exactly, Tadana. With less tanks. Who knows? They might have the tanks on the field, but they didn't mention anything about it, so who knows? I'm hoping that there's something. The thing that keeps sticking in my mind is there's no real big boss on that Battle for Naboo in the Phantom Menace, right? Out in the fields, it is obviously the shield generators, it's the B1 droids out on the fields, it's the, you know, the big tanks dropping off the units, but there's no, like, big boss fight, as it were. There'll be loads of tanks, they'll just be B2s. Yeah. B2s weren't in Phantom Menace. Sounds like you'll be able to auto it and do fine, just like I can with the speeder bike one. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, but CG. I mean, that's a fair argument, to be honest, Fox. Like something simple as lore would stop CG. A very solid argument. I expect this to be B1s and Droidicas and Staps. B1s, Droidicas, Staps, Newt Gunray, potentially. I didn't ride a speeder bike in the Battle of Endor. Neither did Piet. You know, like they weren't there. They weren't there. I made the same argument in the past, but yeah. It's a funny old world. Such a funny world. Uh-oh. We've had TW lock in. This will be my first TW in the new guild. I will have to see what we come to expect of this. I'm just checking. I'm actually kind of curious to see how many people signed up for TW. 44 out of 50. That's higher than the average one that used to be in MC3. Piet was busy dying above the moon. I know, right? It's a hard time. It's a hard time being down on a speeder bike raid when you're too busy, you know, being force choked to death or whatever it was. Do. Yeah, so let's quickly do some light whaling. Go over to the Galaxy of Heroes store. I want to be buying that that relic cargo package because it's a pretty good offer. Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Let's grab that. And I'm just going to need so much signal data for these Gungans, man. So much signal data for these Gungans. Boop, boop, boop. You always get that relic pack and those $5 Cairo packs whenever they show up? Nice. Hey, Sunast, how you doing, dude? I don't often get them, to be honest. I don't often get them because I'm not a very whaley individual. It's just right now I'm feeling the pinch, as it were. Feeling the pinch. More like button action for this algorithm? Yes, please. Thank you, Kim. You tell him. You tell him. YouTube tribe, I need your support. Hit the like button on the stream. The like button deserves your attention. You buy the Relic Cargo pack 1 or 2 times a month. Such a good pack. It is a good pack. It's one of the better value packs in the game. Gives quite a bit. Gives quite a bit. Boop. So we get 100 crystals. Yeah. But the signal data is always nice. The bronziums are nice. Signal data's nice. Don't really care about these ones. Yeah, signal data is nice. This is okay. This is okay. This is meh. But, you know, overall, for the cost, it's nice. For the cost, it's nice. Really enjoyed following the Piet Han Hera Scout runs. Thanks to you, Skrill. Hey, nicely done, Thorny buddy. Happy to hear it, dude. Happy to hear it. Nice to get some positive feedback. An extra 3 Kairos out of that. Ooh, nearly at 500 Cairo. Let's get it. Let's get it. Zarevan, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. You got Punchbot to 7-star. Gear 12, hell yes. Punchbot to this day remains the best bot. I'm doing good, Luke. How you doing today? Roland, how you doing? Rolands. Zivo. Oh gosh, I definitely need more of these. I obviously just used a bunch, like I had over 100 of these furnaces, but I did just take Droidica and B2 up to Relic 3, like yesterday, so they must have eaten about 50 of them. About to head to sleep. Oh, good night, buddy. Sleep well. Sleep well, buddy. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. I know we still need to give treats for the kitten and the bear. The kitten and the bear need their treats. B2 is Relic 3. Yeah, I mean, check it out. We've got Droidica over here at Relic 3. I mean, his mods are still trash. And I'm going to have to put this Omicron on him before next TW. I put Maces on before this one. I'm trying to save my Zetas and Omicrons for Bane now. Because, you know, we're going to get him in a day. But we've also, you know, finally got B2 over here at Relic 3 as well. See, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that magical? Relic 3 B2. We did it. We did it. Do I know what's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. Is it a carrot, Rolands? Hey, Wolfie. I finally have a Relic B2. It's only Relic 3, but he can use datacrons now. I can actually apply datacrons to my Grievous team. The real scribe would never have Relic B2, so we could troll. It is a carrot. Nailed it. I like it. It's a good pun. It's like what my brother used to say. It's like, what's brown and sticky? Malicos's Die Whelp Omni or Radis's Leadership Omni, just enough for one again. Die Whelp is nice, but not necessary. But then again, Radis's Omni is not massively necessary either. I would lean towards Radis's if you've got the rest of Malicos's. Hey Art, how you doing today, buddy? Good to see you. Nice to see you, Nice. A stick, exactly, View Cowboy. Brown and sticky. It's a stick. And the one we used to say as a kid. What'd you call a no idea? No, that's not it. It's what you call a deer with no eyes. Yeah, what'd you call a deer with no eyes, guys? Come on. Say it in chat, guys. Say it in chat. No idea. Nightfox got it. No idea. FN got it. Okay, okay. So, what do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? I'm such a child. Blind, damn it. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. Yeah! Oh, it's such bad jokes, but I love it. Absolutely right, Night Fox. It's the simple things in life that put a smile on my face. Oh, they are, Zerevan. How you doing, Numpty? Good to see you, bro. Used to use those for a while, Scribe. I know those ones. Heck yes, brother. Dad jokes +1. Cheesy yet funny. You gotta love them. You gotta love them. Oh, my days. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. Yep. Yeah, I know that one. Do-do-do. Dip-a-do. Oh my gosh. Still no idea. I love it. I love it. Just makes me smile. Alright, should we get the little hungry ones? What do you think of doing a 3-tank Lord Vader team on defense this coming GAC season? Toying with Shaw 9th Royal Guard combo. Welcome your thoughts. Who would be the 5th? Maul? If your opponent has Bo-Katan, just don't. Obviously. Just don't put Lord Vader on defense. It's not that it's, you know, it's not bad. The problem is, generally speaking, if there's not a heck of a lot of offense on the Lord Vader team, which there wouldn't be if you're just running a bunch of tanks, then it's very fennickable, you know? What do you call an FBI agent? FBI agent that lost an eye? Is it an FBI? An FB? Is it an FB? Right, I'm going to go grab the kittens. Hold on. Well, I grab Smudge. Indy comes running afterwards because she knows what it means. She knows what it means. He's a tired boy. Come on in, Smidges. Oh, he's a good bear. He was sleeping on the couch with Mrs. Scribble. This is indeed Smidges. Good boy, Smidgy Bear. Oh, he's a happy bear. Good boy, Nicky. Down you go then. Indy kicks. Who's a good little girl? And this is Indy. She's a little bit more aggressive. Hey, no biting. No biting. Ow. Ow. Hey, no biting. Ow. 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 Andy, you need to be more... Don't bite my fingers. My fingers are not dreamies. Hey. Ow. She just bites my fingers. Hey. Hey. No. No, no. Jesus. Hey! Hey! It's Daddy's fingers. Hey! Hey! Naughty little girl. Eat! One of these days she's going to penetrate the skin. Oh, I 100% woke him up, Pain. 100%. He was sleeping on the couch downstairs with Mrs. Scribble. So I picked him up and he was like, huh? He was like, you want dreamies? He was like, yeah, okay, fine. Finger licking good, finger biting good, yeah, for sure. Yeah, she does not hold back. She does not hold back in the slightest. She just gnaws away in those little fingers. Gnaws away at them fingers. Ah, dear me. Cool. Cool. A stretch. All right, then. Let's do that. Oh, my God. My body's aching from the gym. Oh. Absolute achiness is what we are experiencing. Do I have game volume right now? I do. I just can't really hear it. Right. Let's farm up some signal data. Need to farm that signal data. Need to farm it real good. Need to farm... Oh, looks like I've got enough of this tier of signal data. Because I want to take Bane to Relic 8. Relic 8 is what I'm going for. And I think it's going to be a little bit close to try and get him... We'll make it to Relic 8. He won't have the Zetas, because I just don't have Zetas available. Unless they really start shoving Zetas inside my scavenger pack. But I'm not... I won't hold my breath for that. What's the thoughts on CG's money-making marquee scheme? I think it's brilliant, Numpty. That's my take on it. There are no losers, in my opinion, for this marquee scheme. No losers at all. Because if you don't spend on marquees at all, right, this makes no difference to you. Makes no difference to you. If you are someone who shipment farms marquees, so maybe you don't buy the packs immediately, but you wait for them to become shipment farming, then this is a more effective way of getting the start of it, right? So you get those 1300 packs, you take them to 4 stars, you get essentially a free 5-star character, saving you a good amount of shards, right? Over the course of it, it ends up being cheaper. So that's a win. If you tend to whale to get a character to 7 stars, then all you need to do is take him to 6 stars, and you'll get a free 7-star character. I think it's phenomenal. It's really good for the player base, in my opinion. Trench is missing 2 more relic levels. I am not relic 9ing my trench. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? We all know we're doing Omega next. Omega. Omega is next. You know that. You rarely get any Zetas in your daily packs. If I do, it's like 1 across the board. I love it. Yeah, no, it was like last week I had one there that had 7 Zetas at the 1600 crystal cost. I should have bought it, but I didn't. Is GAC coming back around this week? It should be, shouldn't it? Have we had our week off? We've had our week off. So it should be back. Like lock-in tomorrow evening. You bought 2 packs just to get the extra free shards? It's definitely worth it, Wolfman. It works out at like 59 crystals per shard, which is much cheaper than shipment farming. And you get a bit of extra gear and Chirotech and stuff like that. Sign up starts today. Yeah, lock-in would be tomorrow, right, Karth? Nice. I thought so. Yeah. I thought that was the case. I thought so. Actually, while I've got you two here, what's your opinions on an extra army on Bo-Katan? I've got 30 armies. Okay, I've got 30 armies. I don't know why I'm going over to her relic levels. I've got her leadership army. Do I do one of these armies for this lock-in, or do I just leave her at a single army? It seems nice, but not necessary, truth be told, with her Datacron. So I don't want to waste it if I don't have to. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather save it for Bane, but hey. Zareth's mass about guides for hitting YouTube, so I'm guessing so, as he put out like best 5v5 teams and stuff like that. Trench is over relics. He only needs R3. Trench on the bench. Well, Juan, the problem is that my guild is a TW guild, so I need to throw an Omi on him, and I'd want him to be at least relic 5 for that. But I took him to R7 the day I unlocked him. You went for the unique with Taunt Ignore, but haven't put the special on yet. So you did the full Mandalore one. She's immune to Daze, which would be quite nice. If all allies were light-side Mandos, she ignores Taunt. And whenever an ally is defeated the first time, she gains that. Okay, so that... I feel like without the Datacron, she doesn't need it. And I only say that because I climb with her in Arena. No Datacron, no Omicrons active, obviously, against full-blown Lord Vaders, and it just shreds. Lead with Datacron will buy you 3 seasons before you need to invest. I think I'll do that just because my Omis are so tight right now. You know? My Omis are so... You can see all of these favorited characters. Trench, Signer Django, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Droidica, Phasma. I need to apply all of these Omis. And Juhani. I need to apply all of them. So that's a lot. Well, I think it's 2 on Trench, 2 on Boba, 2 on Dark Trooper, 1 on Gideon, 1 on Phasma, 1 on Juhani. That's a lot of Omis. And I'd like to do Bane. So I kind of need to save them where I can. We don't really know yet, FN. I think just... personally, I think that we only really need Rule of 2. Having to R7 Trench sounds painful. Well, that's what I said. I did Trench immediately. Very first Conquest he came out, I took him to Relic 7 because he had his Datacron at the time, and those Datacrons were level 7 only, and his Datacron was actually really good. It was really good. But then, obviously, he's never had that Datacron come back ever since. And Trench is still actually quite a good unit. It's just people give him a lot of crap. So I think the most important Omi is the Rule of 2 one. This one here, I think, is the only necessary Omi for Bane. I'm not saying the others don't have value. I just think this is the most important one. Because it buffs up Bane quite a bit. And it gives the bonuses persist when Bane is defeated. So if you're going up against C versus JMK, for example, if they yeet out Bane at the start and kill him, at least your C is still immune to things like heal immunity, ability block, shock and daze and all that crap, right? So this is the important one. The other ones look dope though. Yeah, but Wolfie, you are a Bane simp. We know that, so you would say that. Increase enemy cooldowns by 2. An increase of 2 cooldowns is actually really, really good. Because Bane is going to take a bonus turn at the start of battle, so theoretically you could just be like, yeah, let's increase your cooldowns by 2, delay your insta-kill, right? Remove 50% turn meter, that won't do anything to JMK teams, and Sith allies gain 50% turn meter, yeah, that won't happen either. Reduce enemies' defense and tenacity by 20%, that's so good. So good. Yeah, I know, Wolfie, I know. Yeah, the Malevolent Whirlwind one looks like the one that's most likely to be skipped on. Additional 3% ultimate charge gained against deceived or linked enemies. So faster ult for C. It's nice and everything, but it's not really necessary. Bane gains an additional 5 Siphon. Siphon is nice because that's going to be extra stats. That's one more Zeta than me, Wolfie. That is one more Zeta than me, my friend. I have no Zetas available at the moment. Hey, Sathi, how you doing today? I might have one by the time Bane unlocks. Yeah, I'll have one by the time Bane unlocks. Look at me, 18 Zeta mats. So in 2 days' time. 2 days' time, I'll have a full Zeta, which I'll throw on Bane. And look, we still have enough prestige to max out 2 capital ships. Isn't this magical? Mods I can't really afford. Actually, if I can use... If there's any for fleet currency... No. No good mods there. What do we got? I might as well get some Kairos. Kairos are better than Kaya knows, you know what I mean? I actually need those. Yeah, screw it. Screw it. Let's get some thermal detonators. I need them to gear up my Juhani. Juhani, do you know what I mean? Yeah, screw it. Let's get some of these Kairos as well. Boom, 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 boom. Getting close to that 350 mark. Gonna need all of these Kairos for these Gungans. These Gungans from Otogunga. Let's just get everything. Let's just blow all of our shard shop currency. And I've managed to blow through all of my data cache again. Because I've continued to level up additional datacrons and still not gotten any of the ones I want. Gungus. Indeed. Yeah. So I still do not have a DTMG cron. I don't have a Biggs cron, which makes me very annoyed. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Empire crons at level 9 with 4 rerolls, no DTMG. One, two, 3 of the Rebel Fighter ones with no Biggs. You're working on Profundity right now, and I didn't know Radis took so many Kairos. Oh gosh, yes. And you'll have to take them to Relic 9, so that'll be fun for you. You've got another today, so you have 3. You have got 3 DTMG crons. Give me one, Night Fox, please. And you did roll a Biggs cron. Well, screw you. Look at that. Stupid. England is a strange country. You want some shoes, so you go to Boots, and they sell pills. Then they're a bit hungry, and they go to Curry's. Then you're a bit hungry, you go to Curry's. And what, you buy a PC? A TV, a washing machine? Yeah. And no Chirrut? Well, I mean, I don't care about Chirrut Cron. Because my Chirrut is gear 8. I don't have the Zetas, I don't have the Relic Mats, I don't have the gear to do Chirrut anyway. So it's like... Who cares, right? You have 2 more crons than me. How is that legal? It just is, I guess. And Chirrut is mostly for saw lead anyway. Yeah, and my saw... Seesaw. Oh man, can we call that the Chirrut cron? Can we call it Seesaw? My saw is gear 12. So... What's the thoughts on Leia with Baze and Lando cron for offense? Oh, that's interesting. Baze is a really good tank for Leia. I'll put that out there immediately. Baze is a really good tank. Let's actually... I've got the Lando cron. I've not even looked at it. What does it do? Whenever another rebel ally uses an ability on their turn, Lando assists, dealing 50% more damage. I mean, it's decent. It's decent. I don't know how, like, monumental it's going to be. But it's decent. CG add guild gifting. Next to come is guild datacron material trading. Oh yes, please. Please do so. Please do so. What does Lando actually do on a basic? That would be a more pertinent question. Like, let's check out Lando's stats. I'm kind of curious. What does he got? Deal physical damage to target enemy. This attack has a high damage variance and an additional 30% chance of scoring a crit. Who cares about the crit? 15% crit chance. Gain crit chance up when he scores a crit. I mean, that's quite nice. It could be okay, I guess. Could be okay. Or would Mon Mothma, Biggs, Cron, with Leia? be better? What, have Leia as a support? That doesn't work. I don't think that works, Juan, to be honest, mate. I think you end up just hampering too much of Leia and losing a good offensive team in Leia's leadership. Because you can't put Leia in the lead because then Big Scron doesn't work, right? Because it needs to be a Rebel fighter lead. Hey, Lord Nate Dog, thank you so much for the 199, dude. Appreciate you. Excited for Bane? I'm very excited for Bane. I'm just checking out that... Oh, did that come through as a super chat there? That could have been just a super chat. I was seeing if it was going to increase my whale fund. But the whale fund is only tied to the PayPal account. Let me just double check that. Thank you so much, Nate Dog. I really appreciate you, dude. Your kindness, your generosity. Thank you, buddy. How are you doing? How many meat bags do we have in the house tonight? That special from Lando was a big deal like 8 years ago. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. He could actually drop the bombs. And it was good. Only Chirrut and Bodhi need an R fleet? Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. I thought the bigs... I thought all the Rebel fighter wanted, to be honest. Let's go ahead and check that out then. I know the bigs one is about TM generation, right? Is it 25% TM? Something like that. Whenever another ally attacks during Biggs' turn, Biggs and that ally gain 25%. That's so good. That is so good, man. So good. Do you remember what we needed for the Biggs Datacron for level 6 Rebel Fighter thing? I imagine it's going to be the TM one, right? Not this one. There's a TM up one, isn't there? This one. Whenever a Rebel fighter ally grants a buff to another ally, they gain 10% turn meter. I imagine that's what you want. I mean, the critical hit one granting 10 offense is okay, but it's only for 2 turns. So, TM on buff. Yeah. That makes sense to me. All good, Nate. All good, dude. It's just because YouTube takes a heck of a cut, so... Big Scron would be better with Mon Mothma so you can beat Leia. Well, exactly. That's what my thinking was. Yeah. But, apparently I can't get the datacrons that I want anyway, so... I probably should, Jar Jar. You're probably right. You're probably right. Can I actually pin chats in... The only problem I have with it, Jar Jar, is me pinning it up there just... It makes me feel like I'm just saying, hey, everybody, donate to me. And I don't want to come off as that sort of guy. But hey. Holy moly, Menonal coming in with 5 tier 1 gifted subs. What a legend. Thank you so much, Menonal. What a dude. Let's get some W's in the chat for Menonal. What a nice guy. Thank you, buddy. You're bringing us closer to our sub goal over here of Relic 9 Omega. Oh my god. How close are we on that one? I'm hoping we're still a long way away. Good. 52. All right. We got some time because I don't have the resources to Relic 9 Omega right now. God damn. Thank you so much, dude. What a legend. But you kind of are. You need funds for whaling activity. I mean, I am. Thanks for the follow, they paying, buddy. I really do need funds for whaling activities because there's just so much going on. I mean, obviously, I don't need it. I could just slow farm it. But hey. I stream to enable my whaling, I guess. Oh, Burrow. Now, guys, don't... Like, these sub-goals up here, these sub-goals are not decided by me. It's decided by you, the tribe, the viewers. You guys pick my Relic 9s. Whenever we finish a sub-goal, we do a vote. You guys pick the next character. We Relic 9 them once we hit that 300 subs. You know that's how it goes. Everyone needs to come together and gift 248 subs. Well, maybe not. R9 Omega just before Bane unlocks. Oh, God, that would be grim, wouldn't it? But it's your R9. I know, right? I don't want it. I could do a heck of a lot worse than Omega. To be honest, it would have been great if it was something that could potentially be used in the raid. Like, if it was an R9 Qui-Gon Jinn, that would be better. Good job, Karth. Jeez. How many R9s do I have? I want to say 11. I want to say 11. Let me check out my last hot utils. Let's see. This is my last hot utils. 11 relic 9s I've got right now. 11. Sorry, you guys can't see that. So we can see just over here. I have 11 relic 9s. So there's obviously Darth Revan and Malak. There's JML. There's Gar Saxon. There's Zeb, Kanan, Chopper, and Zeb, Kanan, Captain Rex. There's Adrad. There's who else is there? There's 2 more. Hey, Big Jamal, how you doing? How many people? How have people not? Cup has come up a couple of times, but he's never made it through. Wampa, that's it, Devon. Yeah, absolutely. Wampa was our last one. So that's a no on donating 100 subs. Shit, Carthrick. We know that you don't do the subs and stuff. Roster review list full. It's not open. I'm not doing roster reviews at the minute, Jeremiah. No, just not doing them at the minute. I don't normally do them on a Monday. We normally do them on a Tuesday. So we're just kind of chilling and having a chat today. But the roster reviews will of course be open tomorrow. I've got a few to catch up on as well from the previous one. So we're going to try and get a bunch of them done to help feed the Tarples Fund down below. What's that list for then? That list, that's a hot utils comparison, that is. This is a hot utils comparison. So this was me looking against somebody I faced in the last round of 3v3. We went 3-0 in the last round of 3v3. I was quite proud of that. So I'm sure when we start 5v5, I'm going to have a heck of a hard time. This is surprising, actually, because relatively high up, no, about high-low end of Kybal 1. And he only had 11.5. Like, most of my matches were actually pretty close, around that 11 mil sort of region. I think one guy had 12.5. But nobody was, like, stupid high or stupid low. They were all around my area. But we went 3-0. I was really happy with that. His mods were so much better than mine. Holy moly. Guys, do you need 50 cals to... No, Adam, you only need 30 people to complete the mission. You were just short of 4 points from promoting to K2. Ouch, pain. Dude. Hopefully you'll get at the start of 5v5. Yeah, that would be nice, Stephen. I'd like that. Happy Monday, Lesser. How you doing today, buddy? How you doing, buddy? So, yeah. This guy definitely had the advantage in this matchup. And I also... This was the last guy, and I faced someone in his alliance. There were 3 people in my bracket in this week of GSE that we're looking at here that were all in this Zpang alliance, JF. 3 people, all in the same alliance, in the same bracket. That's like half the bracket was this one guild. And I beat one of his guildies the round before, so I'm pretty sure he just told him my entire defense, and we still won. Ha! It was bloody close, though. Glad you're doing good, buddy. If you dealt with equal GP opponents and went 3-0, that will definitely be a rough 5v5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be horrendous. Like... I'm not exactly some great GAC player. I do okay. But I'm not amazing. So, and I go on tilt very easily. As I'm sure you guys are aware. I go on tilt very, very easily. So let's actually have a look and see. What is my skill rating? 3813. Not stupid high. Who am I around? What would you most likely... What would you most like to see show up in the game? Jedi Apprentice, Beardless Kenobi, Luke Skywalker's Red 5, Rebel A-Wing, Phoenix B-Wing, Young Annie Skywalker, Force Ghost Qui-Gon, or Chancellor Palpatine. Out of those, like Jedi Knight Obi-Wan. The Phantom Menace Obi-Wan. Like, I don't really care for ships, so they're just not exciting to me. But out of them, I would like at some point for CG to do something with Force Ghosts, but do it in a different way. Do it more similar to Datacrons, where you can have Force Ghost units impact your team in different ways. There's a different form of progression. So you could have, Force Ghost Hermit Yoda and Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker and Force Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi and, all that sort of business. And have them have, like, global effects, almost like a second leadership type thing that you can level up and develop. That would be cool. Master Oogway? No way! How you doing, brother? Hope you're good, man. It's been a while. Let's see. Who is around me? I searched for my ranking. I'm 3813, and they're showing me people at 3782. What's that about? Oh, here I am. Azazel from Clones Unleashed. Oh, look. Zardi Boyka. He's in my guild. Kashyyyk Underground. Kira. I'm not sure why my skill rating is different here. Is it just because the leaderboards are a little bit funky? More people in my guild. Zipang Alliance. This is the guy I beat last round. And somehow he's still close to me. So, hey, who knows? I did, Boto. I did. I changed, just over a week ago? Not this Sunday just gone, the one before it. Ah, okay, thanks, Karth. So this was basically before the close-in of last week of 3v3. So this should update. I should jump up a bit. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm sure I've probably got some pretty stiff competition inside the guild. Our cooks over here, 3955. Yeah, these guys kick my ass when it comes to skill ratings. When GAC leaderboards were first introduced, I was put in Kyber 2. I fell all the way to Erodium 5 and have finally clawed my way back to Kyber 4. Nice one, Nash. Do I stream all of my GAC matches? Yes, I do, Payne. Yes, I do, buddy. Why didn't you tell me? Would have had you come join Mutiny. Gonna hit that 665 box. Oh, I mean, because I joined a guild that max boxes. No. Kashyyyk Underground max boxes, so yeah, just saying. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Which was nice. It was lovely. It was fun being like where was I? I don't know why this is showing this. Like, oh, it's because we've just started a new one. But I had like 14.9, I think was my score. And I was like 48th. It was good business. Oh, dear me. Funny times. Yeah, but Payne, I basically stream all of my GAC matches. Usually what happens is the Wednesday night for round 1, I usually attack as it goes live. Friday night is our stateside stream, so we do it a little bit later. It's usually at about midnight, my time in GMT. So it's probably about 2 or 3 hours after GAC phase goes live, probably a little bit longer than that. So that's a late night stream, and we also usually do Karth's account then as well. And then on the last round, we do it just before the attack phase ends. So a couple of hours before the attack phase ends, basically. Yeah, and that's kind of long and the short of it. Ethan, roster review. Sorry, we're not doing roster reviews at the minute. You can see the little sign in the bottom right corner down there. Roster reviews are currently closed. And it has to go through PayPal as well, my friend. I do appreciate you, though. I don't know how I can process a refund. I've never tried to do that. We've only had super chats open about a week and a bit. But I really do appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. Not looking forward to 5v5 jump from Chromium all the way to Erodium 1. Want to support the channel? Oh, thank you, Ethan. I tell you what, buddy, I'll add you to the list. And if you're on tomorrow is when we do the roster reviews. We can catch you tomorrow if you're going to be around, about the same time as this. How Hang on, let me add you to that roster review. Do you have your ally code available, Ethan? I'll just add you to the list, okay? Bam, bam, ba-dam. Top Kyber 1 even got worse. Aesop Rocks got donated again. Do. Aesop Rocks, doesn't he normally like absolutely dominate in GAC? Usually a top 10 player, isn't he? I know that they've been having a lot of funkiness in GAC still, where it's like still promoting people from like a Rhodium. Yeah, like why is this guy number 1 in Kyber 1? And 3.5 million GP? I don't think so, buddy. Gotta love it. He was top 10 but got pushed out. Oh, right. What, by all this nonsense going on. Kabuki, I know, is definitely a standard person there. There's Aesop. And more chromium. Ba-dum-bum. What did you say your skill rating was? 3813, buddy. 3813. CD doesn't care enough to fix it? Apparently not. Apparently not. But, you know, when they have problems with, like, gifting stuff, they usually fix that pretty quick. Apparently I'm ranked 727 in Kyber 1 at the minute. I'm not sure if this is the highest my skill rating has ever been. Maybe it is. Like I said, I'm not a fantastic GAC player. I just enjoy GAC more than anything, you know what I mean? He might be getting his ass kicked for a while, but he sure can enjoy those crystals. I mean, it should take him quite a while to drop. So he'll be earning those Kyber crystals for at least a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? You can't be demoted outside of a league, outside of the championship, isn't it? Is it right? Championship, or is it a week? I think it's outside of each week. So it would take him quite a while to drop all the way outside of Kyber 1, let alone outside of Kyber in general. Because I don't think that someone with this sort of roster would last in Kyber 5. I don't know that. I haven't done the research, but I can't imagine they would. I imagine you'd need at least 5 million to be in Kyber 5. Kyber 2 and Kyber 3, you need to start... You could probably be up there with like 8 million if you've got a good roster and you know how to play. You can only lose about 120 skill rating a week? Yeah. You can be demoted in divisions after each match, yeah. Just not leagues. Not leagues. He'll need to lose for 2 straight seasons, which he should. Which he should. You really didn't get into GAC till last year? I just played to get crystals, but I barely played. Might have attacked once, but never put any effort into it. Was somewhere in chromium, then I tried and got... You got into it and shot up to where you're at now in Kyber 3. See? Yeah, good business, man. I love GAC. I love PvP game modes in general. It's a lot of fun. It's, you know, gets the adrenaline going. Brings out that competitive nature inside people, you know? So I like it. I very much like it. But I understand not everybody enjoys GAC. I understand that not everybody enjoys datacrons. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know? What's fun to one person isn't necessarily fun for everybody. So, hey, look, Wolfie and I are actually pretty close in skill rating. What's your actual skill rating, Wolf? Is it 3795 or is yours changed? You survived 3v3 with 3505. Nicely done. You've always been into PvE side of things, but I try to enjoy PvP aspects. Never really gave it much of a shot. Yeah, that's fair, dude. That's fair. I like the crystals. What can I say? I like the crystals. Is this your actual rating? Oh, we'd have to see if we can match it. I think it's going to be awkward for us, Wolfie, because we're close, but we're not within like 40-ish skill rating. If we were like 35 to 40, there'd be a much higher chance of us actually matching up. We could have fun with that. Your 308... Carthrick! Tell me that's on your alt account, not on your main. Like, what on earth are you doing slumming it down here with me? Is it because I started playing your GACs and losing for you? Your main, oh my days. Hey, what's going on, Dobby? Thank you so much for the sub there, brother. Welcome to the tribe. Subbing with Prime, baby. Karth is smack bang in the middle. Could we have a bracket where it's me, Karth, and Wolfie? I know it's incredibly unlikely, but let's do it. Hated chips as well. Went all out to get Leviathan because you love Revan. Nice. And it was a game changer getting rank 1. Getting rank 1 in fleets is the biggest benefit that people can get in this game, I feel. It's like the most important thing is topping up your fleet arena shard. Do that, and the crystals you get from it will feed the rest of your roster development. Then it's perform well in the raid. Do those two things, and you're set for life. Someone lost my rounds? I mean, I only lost 1. Or 2 or 3. I don't know. You never really played GAC for a while, never understood it. Started up again in Carbonite and now somehow in Chromium 4. Nice one, FN. Don't give away my strats! What's going on, Bomber? Got Layer 2 and that's been a huge boost to the raid score. Yeah, Layer is so valuable for the raid. So valuable for the raid. I mean, she's the only person that can solo a 2.7 mil. What's not to like about that? Huh? Huh? I really just can't be asked to in the raid. Not right now. Whoops. Accidentally clicked the escape button there. Better late than never. Nice to catch. Hey, Stuart. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. We're just chilling today. We're just chilling like villains today. I have a mention in Discord. What's that about? Oh, it's Zerko. Telling us about Nintendo Presents going live tomorrow. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Just Zerko, nothing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nothing important. It's just Zerko. Just Zerko messaging, guys. It's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't stress too much about Zerko's messaging. It still feels like BlueStacks is just being more than a little bit slow today. Does anybody else get thrown off, by the way, by the new setup in the shipments? Not the shipments, you know, the Bronzium packs and all that. Like, my muscle memory immediately pulls me down to the left. Like, I keep on wanting to click over here instead of up here. You know, I keep going over here to try and collect the Bronzium, and it's like, it's up there. And I'm like, what? No. It's going to take me ages to fix that. It throws me off every single time. But that's what 6 years of playing it in the same position will do, right? It'll take some time to get used to, for sure, Maratuk. Damn you, change! How dare you, even if it is for the better. I mean, this is a little bit nicer. Man, it'd be so nice to just be like, blup, 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 blup. Look at that. Nope. 0.1% chance for 330. Ugh. So 1 in every 1,000 people will get it. I wish they'd have done this special marquee for this Stap, because I know I'm going to have to jump on Stap, like, immediately. Like, jump on Stap, stat. Do you know what I mean? As soon as he goes farmable. Which is just another big cost. Another big cost. Do, 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 do. And I do need to do these as well, but I need the crystals for those Gungans. For them Gungans. You're not used to the change either? You hate the new UI. I don't even play it. Yeah, but things like, I don't even play the game anymore and I still hate it. The game is horizontal and this screen is vertical. I want to punch the UX designer for that. I mean, like, everything else is kind of... I mean, when we go into the other stores, they're kind of like this. They're not quite as boxy, you know? You just got Starkiller unlocked and up to Relic 7. Super stoked to watch him dominate in the GAC. Nice one, Mike. Starkiller is a boss. Have I tried whaling? I am whaling, Karth. I am whaling. I'm whaling on Gungans. I'll be buying that $30 pack. That's whaling, right? And I'll get them all to 5-star. Oh god. I'm gonna buy those shard packs to take them to 5-star, and then I'm gonna stare at it and be like, I really should get it to 6-star. Whale harder. Well, I mean, I'm trying. That's what the whale fund down there is for. That's what the whale fund down there is for. If I can max out that Tarple's whale fund next, well, I probably won't be able to do it on Tuesday. But if I do combine Tuesday and Thursday, we might be able to max out that whale fund, and that should at least pay for Tarples to get to 6-star, maybe, potentially, if I'm lucky. You should be dropping 15k. Yeah, exactly. Just like that 15 million dude who just literally maxed out his entire roster. The only thing he's missing is 6A mods on everything. I need you to experience the depths of Nomad Reaper. Could I just get his account? That would be easier. I need to get working on these Gungans. I want those portraits. What a noob. Yeah, I feel like a bit of a noob, to be honest. A nubbin McChubbin. That's the thing, like, Relic 5, getting 5 Relic 5 characters just for the unlock for Jar Jar, that'll have to go to Relic 8 most likely for the new raid. That is a lot of signal data. That is a lot of signal data. What is that, like 175 of each of the tiers, times that by 5? Oh, gross. Wow, doesn't even have all 6A mods on all of his R9s. Is he even I don't know, Wolfie. I don't think he's got the real conviction to be a proper whale. Do you know what I mean? He's phoning it in. He's half-arsing it. He's got nothing else left to whale on, so you might as well whale on mods. Hoard harder. Right, I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. There's no time to hoard. There's no time to hoard. Things are coming out too quickly. Things are coming out too quickly. I mean, look at it. Look at it. I've got enough of the tier 1 signal data to relic 8 one person. And I'm like under halfway here and basically nowhere here. So these two are going to need a little bit of that lovin' McGovern. But we'll see. It's not like MSF. In what respect? I don't play MSF, so I don't know. You're not whaling hard enough unless you have a couple of credit cards maxed out. Damn it, is that what I'm missing? Am I just missing credit card debt? Is that my problem? Am I missing credit card debt for... Do I need... You know how you can have credit cards with custom designs on them? You can like submit, I want my credit card to look like this. Do I need to order one that just has like the SWGoH logo on it? And that can be my whaling card? And I'll be like, yeah, can I just have like 15 grand on this so I can relic 9 my entire roster? Do I need one of those? They release about 1 character each month. I think, yeah. I think it's probably a little bit more than that for these Gungans. I reckon we're going to get one every 2 weeks. So we shouldn't get a Gungan this week, but I imagine we're getting Tarples next week. Start of 2024 and already getting Gungans. Who knows what else 2024 will throw us. FN, I'm still really hoping for Ahsoka content. I was talking about it on Tribe Talks with Wolfie and Karth yesterday, but I really want us to get Ahsoka content at the H2 of this year. So second half of this year, I only think Phantom Menace is going to be the first half of the year. Once we've got the new raid and Queen Amidala and the 2 Galactic Republic characters that are coming with her, I think that's it for Phantom Menace content, and we move on. Wait, you aren't free to play anymore? Derby, I haven't been free to play for a long while now, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Papa Derby. You don't know if we'll get Ahsoka content till the next Ahsoka show? We might not. We might not. But I'd love to see some, like, bunch of characters from Ahsoka Season 1 I'd love to see. Balin? Shin? You know? Morgan Elsbeth? Hell yes. Night Troopers? Definitely. Great Mothers? I don't even have Night Sisters and I want them. Like, so many cool characters. Yeah, of course. Balin, Skull, and Shin. Shin Haiti. Like, that would just be the tits. It would be the tits. New Thrawn? New Thrawn is difficult. Do we get Beer Belly Thrawn? Or do they wait until the final arc of his story in the film and give us a GL Thrawn and a GL Ahsoka? You don't need 2 kidneys. You're not wrong, Zig. I could get rid of a kidney. I could sell a kidney. Give us more geos. Mike, I don't think I've seen anybody ask for more geos. At least not in a while. No, Disney. Please, no more geos. Omega will need more signal data as well by the time you get Bane. Jar Jar, I'm not getting like 250 subs in the next 7 days. Alright, mate? That ain't happening. The most I've ever gotten in one day is about 250, I think. The most ever subs dropped in any one stream. And that's happened once in going on nearly 4 years. That was crazy, man. That was insane. That was amazing. You don't see a different Thrawn in the show as the animation, except for the tummy. Yeah, I mean, to be fair to him, Lars Mikkelsen, he's getting on a bit, you know. Like, he's not going to be in prim shape like Thrawn is he? So, he still did a great job acting as Thrawn, so that's the main thing, right? When I sell a kidney, does it have to be mine? No, I don't think so, Sathi. You can sell someone else's kidney. It might be illegal, but you can do it. How do I mod CLS to make sure he gets guard? He needs to be the weakest character, Big Ninja, and that means the lowest total maximum health and protection. Now, typically, that should be on CLS, usually, but that's because C-3PO, in a 5v5 environment, C-3PO tends to have quite a lot of stats in general, like health and protection. He's quite tanky, so he's not going to get guard. Han gets guard anyway. It's like, so it only leaves 2 other people in the team that can potentially get guard. 3 of the people in the team that can potentially get guard. It's not going to be CLS, so it might be, it's not going to be Chewie, because Chewie can't give it to himself. It's not going to be C-3PO, because C-3PO is very tanky usually. So the only other person it could be is Chewie. And Chewie gains additional stats and stuff like that. So it should organically happen. Swap your credit heist for a bank heist. That's the solution, Darth Revan. And a whale. We got Dad Bod Boba. Now we need Dad Bod Thrawn. Yes, we do, Payne. Yes, we do. He felt and sounded like Thrawn. I know he did the voice act. Yeah, he was the voice actor in the Rebels TV show, was it? I listened to the Timothy Zahn books on Audible. I don't know who the voice actor for that was, but he did a pretty good job as well. It's probably Relic levels, Big Ninja, yeah. Let's see. Who was the voice actor for that? Oh, it was actually narrated by Timothy Zahn? Oh, cool. Let me just double check that. Oh, no, sorry. Mark Thompson is the guy's name. KU makes low TB stars. How so? Is 41 stars low? I don't think 41 is that low for a 610 mil. The audiobooks for those are solid? Yeah, they are. Yeah. Do they actually try to use different voices in audiobooks? It depends, Payne. It depends. So, some voice actors do. Some don't. Doom, doom, da, da, doom, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we did a... I mean, I don't think 41 stars is bad for... Oh, can we not actually see over here? Oh, there we are. Rise of Empire. I mean, you know, we get 41 stars. That's still, you know, one of the highest achieving guilds in the game. Hey, what's going on, Robbie? How you doing today, buddy? How you doing, buddy? So yeah. I'm expecting to see Rising Phoenix over here somewhere. Where is Rising Phoenix? Where do they get? 38? Oh, there we are. 39 stars. Like, Rising Phoenix, they punch so well high above their GP range for stars in TB. It's impressive. His Wookiee impressions is hilarious. I can't remember them, to be honest, Wolfie. It's been a while since I've listened to the Thrawn books. You're happy with your 18 stars? Yeah, There's someone on YouTube that does the Thrawn comic with different voice actors for the different characters, and it's amazing. What he does like a video series where they dramatically reenact a comic book with individual voice actors for characters. That would be cool. I would love to do something like that. You know, actually do voice acting over a comic. You know how you get those like comic stills that sort of like you'll have like a dynamic zoom going out, looking at the comic panels, and you voice act the characters. I'd love to do that. That'd be huge. They show the comic pages if you want to follow along. Yeah, gotcha. You should be able to hit 40, just stuck at 39. You'll get there. Nice. Slan and his maths. Well, yeah, there's that, and there's like all the relics that you guys been doing too. You love the name Hoth Ski Patrol? It's good. It is good. The Lore Master. That's the name of the channel. I'll have to check it out. It'd be fun to do a little bit of voice acting work. That'd be cool. The Legacy of Tython. Schwartz Holiday Special. Oh look, another Shadowlands guild. Dead Forest Guards. They're guarding the Dead Forest, and we're in the Forest of Kashyyyk. Huh. Clones Unleashed, more core, more chromium. These are the big boys. The big boys. Star Wars audio comics is a great channel too. Nice. I'll have to try them out, man. All the relics potlucked, we call them. Yeah. 417 mil, and you get 31 stars. Nice. What is the GP on Rising Phoenix? Let's actually have a look. So Rising Phoenix get 39 at 530 mil, which is it's pretty impressive. It is pretty impressive. I mean, Karth, Wolfie, and I have had our opinions on this. We think it's like a massive waste to Relic 9 all these characters for TB when the return on investment is trash. But as an accomplishment, it's pretty impressive, you know? How do they do in TW? They are not a TW guild, but I think they do very well. 15 wins, 10 losses in the last 6 months. Maybe not then. 66.67 win ratio. All time, 113 to 40. Like, when I was there, we used to kick ass in TW. But that's a long time ago. They also tend to have quite a big sign-up ratio, so they get pretty tough matches. Oof. Little Lebowski urban achievers. Yeah, they do okay. I'm not actually sure. Because I've not done a TW in my guild yet. I don't know what their history is like. But yeah, their win ratio is pretty damn good. 22 and 3 in the last 6 months. Nice. 100% not worth the return on investment? It isn't. It's just like the reward. Like, and I say that, you know, having my current guild gets 41 stars, and you know, Kashyyyk Underground do a great job of it and everything. But when you look at the rewards, you're like, I compare it to what I was getting at 37 stars. It's like barely any different. I get about 100 more crystals, 1 extra Girder keypad, and a little bit more signal data, like 1 or 2 more signal data, Chirotech, that sort of thing. Very minimal for the sheer volume of investment that you have to make. It's just crazy. The better benefit is actually all the get to that you get from all the combat missions, all the special missions throughout TB. Having a bunch of people finish them and get all the extra get to that you get from that is so much better than the actual stars. Why did I leave my previous guild? Did you just outgrow them? No, I was still one of the smallest accounts there. It was just a preference thing, to be honest, dude. Like, I wanted to experience a TW guild. Like, SL Kashyyyk Underground loved TW, but they're not like regimented to within an inch of their lives like more Chromium probably is. You know, where you're setting alarms every 2 hours to get up and fight. They take it seriously, but not that kind of seriously. So I wanted to experience that and be around a guild that actually is really driven to do more because MC3 was really good in a lot of ways. Lots of really good people in MC3, but there's also, you know, probably about 20% of the guild that just really doesn't care. Like, always pinged every single day for stuff like tickets and getting in, doing stuff in TB and getting stuff and doing points in the raid. And I got tired of it. I got tired of people not pulling their weight. It annoys me when people don't pull their weight. So I was just like, okay, fine. I'm going to look for a place where I know everybody's going to actually get involved, get stuck in. I don't mind doing stuff like investing in TW Omicrons, TW teams, if the rest of the guild is also doing it and everybody's trying to push for it, you know? So that's why I made the change, basically. I went to Kashyyyk Underground. It's a Shadowlands guild, Mike. The Saw special mission is pretty tough, actually. Is it, Wolfie? You've seen my Saw. I can't do it yet. Oh, Kal-Katan Omi. That probably makes a big difference, Kaiser. Worse when people don't pull their weight but don't get removed from the guild. Well, I understand why. It's in the current climate, it's very difficult to like maintain an active guild base, right? It's very hard to keep people active and motivated and then replace people who are active and motivated. People get bored. People move on. And it's when you get to the top end of things, I say the top end of things, you know, talking 550 mil plus GP guilds, it's hard to replace big people like that still want to play. You know? You love TW? Just before this round, you gave the Omi to Beck? I did that as well, Roy. Well, actually, I did that when I unlocked him. Like, I immediately put the Omi on Beck, because I was like, hell yes, I love Beck. He's great. 42 to 43 stars in TB. Those guilds are whales. Yeah, well, they're the biggest, most competitive guilds in the game. Can't yeet if you have no new blood to replace it. Exactly, Karth. Exactly. You know how it is. Better to drag the stragglers until you can replace them and be with... Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's almost always been the case anyway. It just gets a lot harder, I feel, at the top end. Because there are a lot more players in the mid-range. You know, sort of 5 to 8 million. When you start having to recruit players at 10, 11 plus million GP, there's less of them. There's less of them in the game. Whales or Krakens? I mean, some of them can just be, you know, casual spenders that have been playing since the start of the game, you know? You should have come to MC4 as we're more focused on TW and TB and everybody gets 600 tickets. Do you max box the raid, Ryrock? This was a huge selling point for me. This was the huge selling point for me. Is max boxing this raid. Because this is the best rewards that you get in the guild. In the game. Like, bar none. The fact that we can max box this is just so good. So good. 667. Nice, dude. Max crate is huge. It is absolutely huge. You're in a 42-star guild and we have a bunch of free-to-play players. Nice one, Mike. You were in a really great guild with a lot of good people, but I was more focused than a lot of the guild and wanted to speed things up, like getting Reaver, getting better raid rewards. Sad to leave. It's the last guild, though. Yeah, it happens, Savorius. Like, we've spoken about it quite a lot on Tribe Talks, but you should never marry yourself to the guild. You know, just because you've been there for a long time or just because you like the people. You can still chat with the people. You can still be friends. You know, you're just not necessarily in the same guild. What I'd recommend you do is never burn bridges. You know? There's no point in leaving on bad terms, in bad blood. You should always try and leave amicably, you know? You've been helping Buddy grow, but now I'm basically having to carry so much dead weight. You're hurting yourself. Yeah, exactly, Wolf. Exactly, Wolfman. Max box, especially thanks to... I mean, I think I do all the heavy lifting, to be honest, Evo. You know what I mean? In this new guild, you guys were lost before I came and dragged your average score down. When do I think the new raid will come? I think around July. Either mid-July to mid-August. Like a 1 month period around there is when I think it'll come. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in like June. Like, we'll get the Queen Amidala Conquest. That'll finish. Queen Amidala will be unlocked, and then like a week later the raid will launch. Something like that. You're still in the first guild, crazy loyal, and I can't decide. Ah, Papa Derby, you are crazy loyal to Rising Phoenix. You are crazy loyal to Rising Phoenix. You could have moved on a long time ago. But hey, you didn't want to. And that's fine. Like when I say you shouldn't marry yourself to a guild, if you really care about progressing your roster, you should always be looking to try and improve the guild that you're in, you know? But if you're happy in the guild, then don't worry about it. Don't stress out about it. Just stay there. What's my absolute favourite band? Oh, Rob, I have no idea. I don't know. I love so much music. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Max creating that many people haven't attacked? No. This was previous attempt. We're only over 208 million right now. Well, what? 344 mil. And most of the guild hasn't attacked, I guess. How many people haven't? Half the guild haven't attacked. So. You like pushing the limits? Yeah, you do, buddy. Stop drinking whiskey. You're excited for Mandalore and TB. You also think it'll be an R8 neutral zone? Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because there's no other place for it to go on the map. They could move stuff around, obviously. R8 makes the most sense, Kaiser, yeah. And that's okay by me. I'll quite happily have that team at R8. The guild hopping strategy is the same one you should take with your job. You're not wrong, Sathi, to be honest. It's a little bit more nuanced in the job world. Like, job hopping too much can be detrimental to your career because, you know, prospective employers might look at your CV and say, hey, you've not held down the same job role for longer than a year. Why should we take you on if you're just going to leave in a year? But, you know, you should always be looking out for your own interests when it comes to your career as well. Definitely. Joining a guild that's part of a multi-guild alliance is great so you can stay with the people you're familiar with. Sure. The speeder bike raid, not the best raid. I agree. You just need to be good at bullshitting during the interview. You will soon finish R8 Remnants team, aimed for Heaven Stations mission, but this might give me a good start on Mandalore. Probably would. I don't really have a team for it yet. I've got Bo-Katan at Relic 8, and I believe all of her characters are Relic 7. So I would just have to take all of them up one Relic level. Obviously, I say just one Relic level, but you know, like Relic 7 to Relic 8 is a lot. Like getting all those up to Relic 8, then it would be, what would it be, Imperial Remnant. My Imperial Remnant need a lot of love, unfortunately. Well, maybe not a lot of love. One relic level, one relic level, one relic level, three relic levels. They're okay. Yeah, it's a long way, Roy. It's a long way. I still need to... You still talk to members from your old guilds? So do I in my Twitch chat and YouTube chat, I guess. You know, we still get Thrawny coming around here, still get Carthrick coming around here. I have a weekly podcast with Carthrick and Wolfie. Not that Wolfie was in a guild that I've ever been in, because Wolfie doesn't like me enough to join me. So, how many Relic 8 Jedi do I have? I don't know. Let's have a look. The GLs count? Not many, truth be told. Not many. Gas, Jedi Knight Cal, JMK, JML, Kanan, GK, GMY. Not many Relic 8 Jedi. My Jedi faction is actually pretty weak. Nothing personal, I just heard you smell funny. You done smell funny, boy. Yeah, I do. Signal data isn't your problem at the moment. Impulse detectors are? Impulse detectors. Let me have a look. I'm not sure how I'm doing for impulse detectors. I mean, max boxing the raid certainly helps with that sort of thing. I can't imagine I've got loads. 74 out of 20 is not terrible, though. But yeah, that's the great thing about max boxing the raid. Like, you can just... This is getting worrying, though. Aero magnifiers are starting to drop. Uh-oh. Kanan at R9. Correct, FN. That was one of my sub-goals. One of my sub-goals was Kanan at R9. Bum, 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 dum, dum. So I'll show you the wonderful things that my sub-goals have done. This is one of them. R9 Captain Rex, R9 Kanan, R9 Zeb, R9 Chopper. All of these were sub-goals. Hey, Stuart, that's awesome to hear, dude. Congrats, man. Did you red box each round? Are you getting Bane right first time? Any DCs I'm proud of and want to show? Hell yeah, brother. I'll show one. Yeah, my Phoenix are decent. I kind of want to take Hera to Relic 9 just so I've got a full Relic 9 faction. Well, it's not really a full Relic 9 faction. Has having them at R9 made a huge difference to their performance? Hard to say. And now watch Rebels? No. Alright. The only one that I want to show is... I'll only show one. It's this one here. This one I'm kind of proud of. It's kind of gross. So it's the bonus protection. No revived Mandos. Don't care about this. Don't care about this. But 74.71% deflection. I like the deflection. That's gotten me a couple of holds on my Ray. Can Phoenix take out Lord Vader? Used to be... I mean, Datacron at the moment, Hellscream, completely shuts down Phoenix against anything, basically. So, Datacron kind of wrecks Phoenix. So, no. But before, yeah, absolutely. Did you see Arnold rage? I did quite a long chat about Arnold's rage on deflection crons, to be honest. They were not Carthric. They made the foolish decision of trying to take Starkiller in versus a 74.71% deflection cron. Like, not the smartest idea. Rage overload. Well, I'm pretty certain that if Arnold and I faced off against each other, one, he would completely demolish me. Like, wouldn't even be close. And two, if he saw a 74.71% deflection cron, he wouldn't try and Starkiller it. He'll just like JMK it and be like, nope. Phoenix with Rex is great. Yep, not wrong there, buddy. You'll unlock Darth Bane. Happy days. Nice one, Stuart. Congrats, dude. Then he made a whole video about Evasion the next day. And to be honest, I agreed with his stance on Evasion. I don't think that it should be a Datacron. And I believe I said so as much last week during one of our streams. Let me grab a drink and we'll continue this conversation because I think it's a good topic. So, what I think is that if you're going to have a stat, any stat in the game, then it should have a purpose, right? So, crit damage, that's a stat. What does it do? It increases the amount of damage we do when we crit. That's great. We can mod for crit damage and we can increase that damage output. We can mod for crit chance to make it more likely for us to land a critical hit and deal more damage. It's something that has an element of strategy and nuance to it, right? That makes sense. What about deflection? Should that be a thing? Should you be able to avoid an attack? Well, it's in the game. It's a stat. It should be there, right? They could just completely remove evasion and accuracy. And honestly, for a long part, I think that that's probably what they should do. We don't have any attacks in this game that have a variant accuracy that we know of. I know it feels like JMK misses on his first special all the bleeding time, but there are no moves that are like really high damage, low accuracy moves. That doesn't exist in this game. It's not a thing. Which means that accuracy arrows, for example, are more or less worthless for the most part. There are obviously occasions where you're like, oh, maybe I'll throw an accuracy arrow because of stuff like deflection and evasion. Because of stuff like sideswipe teams in the speeder bike raid. You need accuracy. You know, stuff like that. But it's not really baked into how this game plays. So it begs the question, why is it even there? You know? You might as well not have accuracy and not have evasion if you're not going to play into accuracy as a stat. So, that being said, they're not going to remove accuracy and evasion as stats. They're baked in. We've got characters that have evasion masteries. So, you know, when their mastery rises, they've got a higher chance of naturally evading. That's great. We also have characters with accuracy masteries, higher chance of landing hits. We've got characters that have moves that can't miss, so they'll hit through things like foresight and they don't care if you can evade. That's great. That's about the extent of it. However, that being said, we do have to think about what is enjoyable in a game and what is not enjoyable in a game. Nobody likes to play a game where you can't actually land a hit. Nobody likes that. Because 2% of the dodge happens 50% of the time. Well, that's just what it feels like. It just feels like it happens 50% of the time, right? It doesn't actually happen 50% of the time. It just feels like it. It's not an enjoyable mechanic is the problem. So it just ends up being frustrating. And people don't like to win or lose GAC matches on something that's that RNG based, right? It's just something you can't control. The other side of it is, I don't think anything in the game should give you 75% chance to dodge an attack. That's before you add it to somebody that's got an evasion mastery. You throw that on a Relic 9 JTR, she's already at over 100% deflection. Well, no, she's nearing 100% deflection. As soon as she gains any mastery from raised leadership, you're not hitting her with a special attack. Is that fun? Hell no. Hell no is that fun. Not fun. If anything, if they want to have stuff like deflection and evasion on a Datacron, the maximum it should be is like 20%. 20%. And any time you get any sort of deflection, evasion, dodge, there should be accuracy on the Datacron at a 2-to-1 ratio. So say you can max out deflection at plus 20%. The same cron should have like a level 1 roll for special accuracy that's 20%. A level 2 roll for accuracy that can roll 40%. A level 3 roll that can roll 60% accuracy. To completely be able to, like, you can have one roll that completely offsets any sort of deflection. That's how it should be done, because otherwise it is just, like, why do we have to rely on a prior set for accuracy? Like, this set over here has got special accuracy. If you didn't roll any special accuracy in the last set, and this one's got a bunch of deflection, you're boned. You can be boned, and that's not fun. You don't want to have to gamble on what stats you need to try and roll. You know what I mean? It's just not a fun implementation of the game. So that's my stance on it. I don't mind it being in the game, but it needs to be implemented properly. Apparently, accuracy doesn't even work in Arena. That was Arnold's point. He was using a 30% accuracy Datacron against a 30% deflection Datacron, and a raid team kept on dodging. I'd have to watch it, Whiskey. But don't forget that, again, raid team mastery, they stack mastery, they gain more evasion. There's the base evasion on a character as well that will offset. So, for example, JTR, Cal Kestis, these characters have evasion masteries. That's going to increase the amount that they can dodge. So if we would just go to, like, Raid, for example. Let's check her out. If we just go over to her mastery, you can see that she's got dodge chance. So at Relic 7, she's got a 15.75% dodge chance. So if Arnold has got 30% accuracy and there's 30% evasion or deflection on the cron, she's still got an extra 15% chance to dodge. If she gains any mastery, this is going to increase exponentially throughout the match. More chance to dodge, more chance to dodge, more chance to dodge. You know? You all rage about 250% defense, but how many of these does your opponent have? How many of what do our opponent have? Deflection crons or defense crons? I mean, they don't really exist anymore, the defense crons. Just lower the stats gained? Yeah, pretty much. Your K1 and K2 are not seeing any of the nutty crons Arnold's complaining about. It's a non-issue for most players. Yeah, datacrons don't tend to get nutty until Kyber 1, really. And Arnold plays at a higher skill rating than I do. I think Arnold's about 100 skill points higher. So he's probably top 500 maybe. They start to get a lot nuttier up there. Hey, Rule of Two, how you doing, buddy? Exactly, Karth, exactly. But any deflection outweighs accuracy regardless of what team... I don't think that's strictly true. I don't think that's strictly true. I haven't done the testing, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't matter. We just need to take a look at all of the facts. How, like, doing an empirical test on it is very difficult. It's very difficult, right? Let's say, actually, let's see if we can find Arnold's video, because I'm kind of curious. I've not seen Arnold's video on him testing accuracy in Arena. See if I can find it. Let's go. Videos from Arnold. Stop the music. Is it the CG we need to have a serious talk about this?
A straw man argument, you just boil it down to simple principles at the minimum. In the combat, the warfare of Grand Arena, we need to kind of like be together as one a little bit more to urge Capital Games not to bring hating just to hate.
No.
And now all of a sudden, there's been no communication, Heroes of Middle Earth. Like literally, developers disappeared since December. There's no logging calendars. There's no more packs being sold for cash. So
I don't see any testing in there. Is that the wrong video, guys? Is that the wrong video? Happy you don't have to deal with Datacrons in Kyber 3, but Datacrons I think was saved me. I have crap mods. I like Datacrons in general. I think they bring variety to GAC. It's the GAC right before. I used an accuracy arrow when we had dodge and it worked fine. I don't understand why Arnold specifically criticizes Datacrons as pay to win. They're less pay to win than wailing on new characters like Bo. I think that there are degrees to everything in this game, I think is the main thing, right? Because yes, you can pay to unlock a new character, and sometimes that makes a difference. Sometimes that makes a difference depending on where you are in the game. These days, a person like Arnold, if somebody wails on a brand new character, even a brand new legendary, unless it's a GL, oftentimes that's not going to move the needle in a GAC match. For someone who's got like 13 million GP. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, you've got Bo-Katan, but I can still win. You know what I mean? Whereas wailing on Datacrons is actually a whole different beast. If you've got entire rosters worth of Datacrons, all with like 80 to 100% deflection on every single one, we're talking like 30 of them. You put that, like, that is that is much better, like much more impactful to a GAC than just having a new legendary. It's obviously different depending where you're playing. Smaller rosters benefit massively more from that extra legendary when facing off against a similar roster. At the top end, where everybody's got everything, Datacrons make such a big difference when the stats really matter. You know? And if you've got, like I said, say you've got 15 Datacrons, all with 70-80% deflection, and then you've got an extra 15 protection upcrons, all with 70 to 100% deflection. That is such a pain in the ass to deal with. But the amount of wailing you have to do to get that is astronomical. Can you re-roll the stats on crons? Yes. Yeah. That was after his live stream. His initial rage was in GAC. Yeah, no, I thought somebody said that he did some empirical testing, right? On Evasion? Did that? Yeah, because I mean, even like looking at this down here, like 35%, 36% deflection is not actually that high. I mean, you just saw it on my Datacron with 75%. Don't get me wrong, this can make a difference in a battle. 36% deflection, it can absolutely make a difference in a battle. But there are far worse things than 35%. You can get up to 100% in the current set. You're in the top 100 to 500 in Kyber 1, and 20 perks worth of crystals on Datacrons lets me compete with people who have Bo. Well, exactly. There you go. You know? What's going on, Lord Vader? So yeah, if someone knows what video he did the testing on accuracy, I'd love to actually watch it. SWGoH Chill, crazy. I know, right? You like Netflix better? Go watch Netflix then. Ah. You don't have the numbers from Arnold video, but I have the raging saved. We went over him raging before. I sort of broke down the video. And genuinely speaking, the evasion almost didn't matter in that battle. Yeah. Did I miss him raging? You're joking. No. We watched it in another stream. It was probably right after it happened. But essentially, the only thing that happened was at the start when he did the jump with Mara Jade, right? The only thing that happened was that Ben avoided the AoE there, so he didn't get tenacity down. And that was the only part of the game that had any impact, and he still could have won that battle. But that was it. You know, that was it. There were no other dodges until after he'd already lost the battle, per se. So, you hate Datacrons? Datacrons are really annoying. They're really annoying. They make such a big difference. Like, they just shut down... Sorry, that was supposed to be playing my music. They just shut down so many counters. They're very frustrating to deal with. If Arnold says something is bugged or not working, it's working fine and he just doesn't understand what's going on. I mean, I don't want to go that far because I haven't done the research into that. You know, how many times have I been wrong about mechanics and stuff like that? It's easy to do. It's really easy in the heat of the moment, particularly when you're doing GAC, and in Arnold's case, doing GAC to like 4,000 people, to like not lose your proverbial mind when something like it is so annoying when somebody dodges an attack and that costs you a GAC. It's like, it's so frustrating. You know what I mean? So I understand people losing their cool and stuff like that. I've done it plenty. You put him yelling about it in general on your Discord if anyone in the chat wants to view. I mean, we'll check it out. I'll go ahead and check it out now. I'll put it up on the stream. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh. I can't get that to pop out. I mean, I could just open it up on his stream. I believe it was his actual... should be... Oh, wait a minute. It'll be under live, won't it? Be under live. Is this one over here? Because we, like I said, we did look at this.
Oh, let me, what buffs the Star Killer get? Is this...
So, let's just get the chat up here so I can see you all again. Tilt does things that would consider unnatural. Indeed, yeah. You understand why he's angry? And of course, yeah. Like I would be. Sign up starts soon, I believe. In like 5 minutes. No, it's not started yet, Lord Vader. And you'll have until the end of day tomorrow. It is 5v5, yeah. So, like, he's facing off against a 35% deflection, and he's got 23% accuracy. So, essentially, he's down about 12% in that accuracy department, right? Let's just get rid of that. So, we went through this before, right? When you like, look at the battle, there's only a couple of things that actually matter in it. Right? There's a couple of things that actually matter coming to Starkiller versus Rey and stuff. So the first thing that happens is he goes to do the jump with Mara Jade. And he did the right move, focusing on Rey to get rid of the crit hit immunity. So you can start stripping this. But it's this here. That deflection there means that Ben didn't get tenacity down. Which in itself is not a game changer. I mean, it has an impact. It makes things harder to land shock on him, for example. That's annoying. But that doesn't mean, oh, we've lost. You know what I mean? So that's one dodge that he's had there. Sure, she resisted the stun, but she's a GL. She's not going to get stunned anyway. Alright. So then we have, you could strip off the rest of the abilities. You could do a basic. What does he choose to do? Let's have a look. So he does his AoE. This is going to strip buffs off everybody. No deflection here, so nothing happens. All good. That blind, this is the most impactful thing that happened in the match. This blind right here is the most impactful thing that happened. The reason this is impactful is because she can't now throw out her grenade and get shock across the board because it'll just miss. Right? That's the most impactful thing that happened. He basicked over here. Okay? So, basic landed, and he called to assist. If he'd have got the shock over here on Ben instead, done a basic over here, I know he wants to get rid of this inspiration, which makes sense. But getting the shock over here guarantees that you can stun Ben when you use the stun from Palpatine. So there we go. He's got rid of his inspiration. She gets it right back again. There's Cal doing Cal things. Again, he's going after Rey because he wants to get rid of the inspiration. But again, what if you do your stun? What if you stun Ben? What if you stun Cal? But instead, it's a basic again. He's trying to get rid of the inspiration. I understand why, but I'm just saying you can do things differently. This is the part that's actually causing the issues. She's blind right now, so she can't throw out this. Right? She can't throw out her grenade, which means she can't get shock here, can't get shock here, can't get additional turn meter to take an extra turn. That's a big deal. No staggers. No staggers to bring Rey's turn meter back. Rey is actually... Hey, Carl, thank you so much for the sub, dude. She can't get stagger on Rey to take back her turn meter. She's lost enough health now to do a whirlwind. That's a problem. This is the biggest, most impactful thing that happened in this game. This blind. Okay, so he can't do that. He knows he can't do that because he knows he's blind. He's like, that's poorly timed. Which makes sense. So the only logical thing is to do a basic. Again, we could basic Ben. Try and get shock on him. But what happens? So she's not been staggered, so she hasn't lost her turn meter. She's able to do a whirlwind. Again, we're here. He's just doing a basic. Fine. Nothing you can do there. Whirlwind eats Palpatine. Okay? Basically kills Palpatine. Ben Solo, who has not been controlled at all, no stagger, no shock, no stun, is now going to take a turn and just kill his palps. Oh, crap. Let's go back. Sorry about that, guys. I went to click the pause button, accidentally took us back to the start of the stream. So let's just go through this again. Yada, yada, yada. Turn the volume. I've just completely muted it. So, whirlwind, and now Ben takes a turn, and Palps dies. This, like, the game is lost now. And he's had one dodge. I know you do, buddy. I know you do. I'm just trying to prove my point. Well, not prove my point. I'm trying to put forward my argument as to why dodge wasn't the reason why this went south, right? So he's had one dodge in the entire match, and all that would be tenacity down on Ben when he didn't try to stun Ben, and he didn't try to shock Ben, he didn't try and control Ben. And I'm not saying that I would have played it any differently. I'm just saying that deflection wasn't the problem here. She throws this out. This is annoying, don't get me wrong. This here, deflection, this is annoying, but it doesn't matter. You're dead already. You're done. You're cooked. You know what I mean? Like, you've already lost. You've already lost. It doesn't matter if this deflects or not. You're not going to take a turn before Rey takes her turn. You don't have palps. You can't control the field. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So he's obviously angry right now. I get it. He's angry. But deflection wasn't the reason that this battle lost. The biggest reason was the blind on Mara Jade. That was the reason. Rey in 3v3 with Starkiller is dodgy. Then you are lost. Indeed. Yeah. But that's my interpretation of how this battle went wrong. I'm sure somebody will come in, like Zareth will take a look at it and have a completely different perspective on it and show what a fucking moron I am. But but yeah. Arnold's pose there. Like you can tell as well in his face, he's actually angry here. Like, he's not putting that on. He's actually angry, and I would be too. I would be absolutely fuming too. There was a CG dev in the background screwing him over. Yeah, just tweaking that RNG. Just be like, yeah, let's just make sure that Ben blinds Mara Jade. This, like, that dodge, that deflection just then, more than anything, just pushed him over the edge. Pushed him over the edge. So, yeah, he knows he can't win from this. She's in damage immunity. She's probably got another whirlwind coming. Like, inspiration. Ooh. Not close to the ult. Even if he gets the ult, it's not going to do anything. So, Zareth would have looked at the mods and told us that we are in the game. Oh, we're in the game. Yeah, that's what he does, right? Yeah, the ultimate lands, and it's like, yeah, nothing you can do at this point. You're just like 2 characters against a Relic 9 Rey. Cooked. Absolutely cooked. It sucks. I've lost the same way. I've lost the exact same way. I understand his frustration here, but like deflection wasn't the issue. Not there. Not there. Yeah. That's my take on it. You'd say it's just a game, but this is also kind of making him a living. Not totally, but kind of. It definitely makes him a living. He earns more than most people in their normal jobs by doing this. We've been over that before as well. Just a little bit of insight into YouTube metrics, and based on how many views he gets, how much money you would expect him to earn in any given month. He does have another... Does he actually? I thought his job was full-time content creator. I didn't think he had another job. I know he's a qualified lawyer, but I didn't think he practiced. I thought he did pro bono work. Like, he doesn't need to do... Well, I say that. I don't really know his expenses and stuff like that, but I don't think he needs to do another job. You know? I think we checked him last month and he was averaging 1.4 million views. Hey, Killer, how you doing, buddy? 1.4 million views on YouTube in the month. So, 1.4 million views. Divide that by 1,000, times it by, let's say, conservative 2.5. Even at 1.4 million views, he's probably taken in 3.5 grand. And that's without donations, without subs, without members, without sponsorships, none of that. You can expect him to get, like he has in the past, had like 3.5 million views in a month. So you could easily double or triple that number. And then that's without anybody that goes on like Patreon or anything like that for him. I don't know if he's got any of that. But, you know, he makes good money. He makes good money. Twitch chat taking forever to show. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with the Twitch chat. Sorry, dude. I thought you guys were just being quiet. Sometimes it just doesn't load in. The only thing you're seeing is an extra TM from the other debuff from Mara. Yeah. Yeah, we would have got a little bit of extra TM from the debuff. Sorry, Wolf. That had nothing to do with the deflect, really. The extra debuff would give Mara extra TM, but effectively no difference, yeah. Hey, Captain Amazing, how you doing, buddy? Also, his merchandise. Yeah, of course. Merchandise, all that sort of thing. All adds up. What's my Lord Vader speed? I have no idea. Let's have a look. People ask me to check my speeds. I'm like, I can't remember. You just remember him saying he had to go to work again. Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. Because your best GL got to be fast? Yeah. Yeah, my best GL. Lord Vader. Deep, deep, deep. 570? I don't think he's 570. I think he's like 565 or something. Ah, 580. He's quite fast. He's quite fast. Well done, Lord Vader. He's a speedy boy. I'd probably argue that's probably a little bit too fast. Pathetic. Not even 600 speed. It's all about the deflection on the chat. I'm actually running 3,500 speed. I think you'll find I travel at the speed of light. Yeah, I really need to get myself another monitor to help with chat monitoring. I've got a really crappy small 15-inch monitor. That's absolutely terrible. What I'll do is I'll get my webcam up on my phone so you guys can see. You guys can get an idea of the monitor setup here. You can see how crappy this monitor is. So, that's me. But there's my camera up there. Oh, hang on, this is a bit weird. There's my camera. That's my main monitor. That's like a 24-inch monitor or something. And this is like some trashy 15-inch monitor. That's probably older than I am. It's like 1280p resolution. And I'm trying to get all the chats as well as my streaming software on there. It's not a good look. I really need to get myself a new monitor. But everything costs money these days, guys. It's funny how that happens, right? My Lord Vader does 9 parsecs in the Kessel Run. Do I use the PC version of the game? BlueStacks. I use BlueStacks, yeah. I wish there was a PC version of the game. Get 327 Yamas and done? Yeah. Focus scribe. Priorities. Gungans, then monitor. I mean, that's true. I need to save all my whaling money for Gungans. Exactly. That's what the funds are really for. Because we've got Tarpals probably coming next week. And we're going to need to try and get him to 6 stars so that he can get pushed to that 7 stars. And then we need to think about how am I going to get all the relic data and all the Zetas and all the mats and all the gear and all the other stuff that we need for the whole Gungan faction. Because we need a day 1 Jar Jar, baby. I would love to be able to compete with Arnold for streaming the unlock of Jar Jar. I would not like to compete, because who the hell is going to come join my stream and watch me over Arnold, right? Like, that's just that's an exercise in failure right there. That's an exercise in disappointment. It's like, hey, do you ever want to feel like completely unimportant? Try competing streaming when Arnold's live. You know what I mean? It's like, I normally stream to, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 maybe on a good day. And Arnold will be there with like 3,500, and you suddenly realize you're streaming to 25 people. You're like, oh, well, rubbish. I know there will be certain very loyal members of the tribe that will still choose to watch me. And there'll be certain people that will watch both. But it's very depressing, guys. It's very depressing when you try and go up against the big dog. The big dog himself. It did reasonably well when we did Leia. That's because Arnold wasn't live. Arnold wasn't live for a couple of hours, was he? Oh, Rob. That's very kind of you, mate. Ah, thanks, Vader. Found out... Yeah, exactly. That was really cool, actually, Karth. When we did the Bo-Katan unlock with Karthric, we found out about how bugged Tier 4 was. It was practically unwinnable. And Karth... You guys have seen Karth's accounts. Like 13.5 million, probably pushing 14 right now. Really good mods. And we, like, optimized the modding to within an inch of its life. How many times did we fail? Like 5, 6 times? 13.7. Yeah. 13.7. I think we failed Tier 4 like 6 times. Karth lost so many tickets. It was unreal. That's going to be tough. He already has R7 or R8 boss. Got some ground to make up. GAC starts in 50 minutes. Well, I mean, sign-up starts. When it doesn't, like, attack phase won't go live until Wednesday. 4 fails. Yeah, that's 4 fails, but that's at the 70 ticket range, man. Like, 280 shards, 280 tickets lost is like... Yeah. That's why you love your time zone, like Arnold says, because you have no other choice. Indeed. Am I Bane ready? Well, define ready for Bane. Define ready for Bane. I'll be getting Bane. I'll be getting Bane as soon as this conquest ends. But, because we've read Boxstar Conquest. Our conquest is done. We're just farming Datacron stuff now. Trying against all hope to get that... Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Cron, that big Scron. Do I have the gear hoarded and stuff? Well, let's actually take a look at that. The most important part is I'm not going to have the Omis and the Zetas. That kind of sucks. That kind of blows. But if we check out SWGoH Events gear, what do I need to take Bane to Relic 8? I've got all the gear, as you can see. Got all the gear. Need no gear. Bronzium wirings, I need 220 of. Oh, sorry, I need another 59. That's easy. Chromium transistors, not a problem. Iridium heatsinks, not a problem. Electrum conductors, not a problem. Signal data is going to take me a week. I'll probably be okay for signal data. I'll probably be okay here to finish off Bane before I get the unlock. So I should be able to take him to Relic 8, but I will have 1 Zeta and 1 Omi. That's the big problem. That's the big problem. Unfortunately. So I'll be kind of ready. I'll be kind of ready. Be ready after a fashion. Yeah, the oof is real, to be fair. Let's close that down. Which Omi? I'm going to put the rule of 2 Omi. You have everything you need? Nice rule of 2. Good stuff, man. Unfortunately, Bo-Katan kind of bled me dry. Bo-Katan, Mandalorians, and Keller and Beck just ate all of my gear, all of my Zetas. The one Omi I had. But yeah, rule of 2. Rule of 2 will be the best Omi to get. This one down here. This is the best Omi out of his kit. This one here. Just gives the most. You just hate Conquest so much? I don't even know that he's... I'm pretty certain Darth Bane is going to be the shiznitch. You know what I mean? You don't even... sorry, you're still farming Beck and Grogu? Yeah, not surprising. Most people didn't wail to get Bo-Katan. She's still a very small unlock. You have 3 times Relic 7 signal data hoarded. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done. I'm kind of broke on signal data. Oh, sorry. You mean even though you know he's good. Gotcha. Yes, and you know, not everybody enjoys Conquest. I actually quite enjoy Conquest for the most part. I don't like the part I don't like about Conquest is the grindy part of it. I like going through sectors 1 through 5. I like building up my data disks. I like seeing the boss nodes and beating them. I actually even enjoy some of the battles when you've got a good data disk setup and you can have fun doing crazy stuff. I enjoy that. What I don't enjoy is stuff like win 14 times with this team, win 14 times with this team, win 40 battles with this team, win with, you know, your thumb up your bum. Like, that's not fun. That's like, what is fun about winning 40 battles with First Order? No. Dull. Boring. Don't want to. As you can see, I didn't. You know, if it wasn't for dull feats, I would enjoy it a lot more. Your wife likes the grindy part. Oh, Exo, behave. Doop-doo. Your videos make it tolerable. Ah, thanks, Rule of 2. Appreciate you. Would love to have Bane usages outside of C, but I believe he'll be stuck to C. I think for the most part he will, Roy. Yeah. There might be some experimentation to be done. I'm kind of intrigued for 3v3 to see how much synergy he'll have with Lord Vader, just to free up Maul more than anything else. Freeing up Maul offers a little bit more variety there, but then that just means we go back to having C with what, which I find quite funny. Lord Bane is yet another Lord Vader lifter. I mean, Lord Vader needs a lot of lifters, what can I say? You missed the first Conquest, but red boxed this one and the last one. Do you think they offer packs offering shards for Bane? I doubt it, Juan. Because I would wail to make up the shards. I don't think so. You might have to just wait, which is a little bit of an annoyance. I don't know if you buy the Conquest Pass, but you should probably be buying that Conquest Pass and buying the shards from the scavenger nodes, and then try and catch him in the next version of Conquest. Because he's already so good. I know you think that, buddy. I know you do. Like, Lord Vader is actually really annoying. More than anything else. They don't tend to sell Whaley packs for Conquest characters. Not as soon as they're released, anyway. Bane 1v1 demolishes Lord Vader. Not so cool. Hard life. It's like watching Fennec versus Lord Vader all over again. And we still love that Fennec counter, even if, in the current climate, it's not very reliable or good. Lord Vader stays strong because he gets DCs boosting him. Every single set has got something for Lord Vader. Every single Datacron set since the dawn of time has been like, this will be good on a Lord Vader team. Nothing quite compares to the really idiotic, zero cooldown, constant ability blocked, mastery stacking rubbish that we had when Lord Vader Cron was around. That was just the worst time in GAC history, I feel. Like, evasion, not deflection, just full-blown evasion as a stat. Debuffs reduce your cooldowns, and mastery stacking on the level 9 for Lord Vader. So Lord Vader can just go Force Crush, Force Crush, Force Crush, Force Crush, increasing his mastery constantly. You're constantly ability blocked. Can't do anything, and he's dodging. Like, shoot me right now. That was just horrendous. You loved that time? No, you didn't. Don't lie to me, boy. Entire GACs depended on, could you kill Lord Vader? It was like, do you kill that front wall Lord Vader? Yes? Great, you could win. No? You've lost. It was a horrible time. You know what I mean? I get that everyone hated the dodge on that set, but I loved the dash. Oh, the Datacron was... That's so funny that they were... You know, in that one set, they were, like, the worst cron ever imaginable, and some of the best. Like, the Datacron was just brilliant fun. Bonus turn after every turn, and he does 100% more damage. That was just so fun. It's a shame it kind of overshadowed the Bamcron a little bit, because the Bamcron was good as well. Added tickets after that. Web store does, but you can't usually get more than 30 once a month. Ah, thanks, Garth. That's for the wailing on the new Conquest character, is it? I remember when they claimed datacrons would bring balance? They turned that into what new character we're trying to push. Well, I mean, it's not just that. Look at the current datacron set, right? Stuff like Chirrut, stuff like Biggs, they are really big disruptors in GAC now with their crons. They make a real big difference, and these are old, accessible characters. It's not just, oh, the brand new character gets an amazing datacron. That happens, of course it does, because they want to try and incentivize the latest and greatest. Totally on board with that. But there's always something that they bring out that's like a lifter for something obscure and old, right? And honestly, that's what I actually like about datacrons. I like when datacrons do fun things, fun different things, you know? I remember the Ayla cron. That was such a good, fun, enjoyable cron. Having Ayla take bonus turns all the time, it was huge. You could get JML to ult on his second turn. It was just like, yep, nice, and you could stun the entire enemy team. It was so much fun. It was also the Hondo cron as well, was it, Wolfie? That was a good fun cron. I got to use that like twice. They added Datacron for Lord Vader in spite because people didn't wail on a red-headed bimbo. I've not heard it called that before. Datacrons are there to adjust the meta every 2 months instead of legendary teams every 6 months. I agree, Karth, and I think it's more enjoyable to have Datacrons that change the viability of teams instead of us just constantly chasing the latest character to be released. Even though we're doing that anyway, this is more fun to me, having something that's a little bit different all the time. Just like Omicrons were intended to lift old units, but now they make good new characters even stronger. They do that, and they seem to have forgotten about applying Omicrons to old characters. We don't get, like... When's the last time we had an old character get given an Omi? Was it like IPD or something, which got a TB Omi? I'm trying to remember. You know, I miss the days when you'd just have some random old character be like, oh, by the way, this character gets an Omicron and does crazy stuff. Poggle got a TW one, right? Farming of datacrons is a bit taxing, and it costs money for some people. You're waiting for an R2 Omi? It would probably be a TW one, if anything, right? Because Drogon's already got a GAC Omi, so I doubt they'll give him give Leia another Omicron. You want a Cup Omicron? Hell yeah. Make Cup a solo god. But yeah, and when was the Poggle Omi? When did that come out? Because I feel like that was a long time ago as well. I feel like it was a long time ago. We need another Massey Omi, which that's means to... Oh, Mace one. I mean, didn't they do something very similar to that with the TW modifiers all those years ago? Mace would one-shot Django, and just did amazing thing against Sith. What about Phasma? What about her? Phasma is a very old Omi. Very old Omi. A year ago for Poggle. Wow. Yeah, that's a long time, see. We're just not getting... We're not getting, like, old characters boosted up with Ommis these days. Which is a shame, because that was fun, man. That was fun. Like, give me a Kit Fisto Ommi. I might gear him then. You know we're going to need Kit Fisto and Eth Koth for the new raid. And Luminara and Jedi Knight Guardian. Like, all the Galactic Republic Jedi that are absolute trash tier units, they're all going to be Relicate requirements. You know it. Jedi Consular? Hell yes. Give me a Plo Ommi. You want a Plommy? A Plommy? Phasma Ommi just gets soloed by Malik. Phasma Ommi does a lot of work on offense, though. CLS Ommi? Oh my god, how do they introduce a CLS Ommi without completely busting that team? They'll put it as a TB Omicron, that's what they'll do. We don't need old characters boosted with Ommis when we got the Conquest ones coming out with 3 each. I disagree. I like having old characters boosted. Do you think Jar Jar Beck is the best TW Ommi? No. Hard to say. There's some really good TW Ommis. Some really good ones. Mara Jade, Juhani. Seer and Fulcrum. They're really good. You know? Dad Bod Boba. So I saw 6 marquees coming, not including Jar Jar and Queen Padme. We're thinking 4 Gungans and 2 Galactic Republics. Well, I mean, the 4 Gungans will also unlock Jar Jar, right? And yes, they've already confirmed we're getting 2 Galactic Republic characters. They didn't say if they're going to be marquees, but they said Queen Amidala is coming with 2 other Galactic Republic units. We're assuming those will be marquees, which will make sense. Those marquees will most likely come out during her Conquest period, right? Give CLS a Conquest Ommi. He can be the second ever Conquest Ommi, yeah. Mara's a classic TW Ommi, so good? Yeah. Your favourite TW Ommi is Dad Bod Boba. He humiliates Lord Vader. But not now with Datacrons right now. Doesn't Datacron just, like, shut out Dad Bod Boba at the minute? And who needs that when you've got Bo-Katan Mandalore? Does Dad Bod Boba do really good in TW? With his Omicrons, yeah. You've had him for a while, but haven't touched him because he seems to be rubbish and everything else. With his TW Omicrons, he's very good. He beats Lord Vader. Trench Ommis with Datacron is nice. I imagine so. Trench Ommi is very good, actually. He's got 3, but you don't need 3. I think 2 is all you really need. Again, like, a lot of these characters that people say are just trash, Trench and Sino Django, it's just they're TW Ommi characters. They're only really good in TW with their Ommis. In TW with their Ommis, they're actually good. Say that again. Trench is what? Yeah, he's good. With his TW Ommis. In TW. But yeah. Dad Bod Boba is decent in GAC. Good in 3s for taking down an Adrad. I have used him. I've used him under your suggestion, actually. It was like, what is it? Bosk, Dad Bod Boba, and Mando. OG Mando to take out Adrad teams. It was really good because he triggers contracts super quick. He can ignore taunt, hits multiple times on a basic, so you can trigger contracts super, super quick. The only problem is these days, a lot of people just save Adrad for offense because of DTMG and stuff like that. I save him for offense as well. Do they do well in PvE? Not really. Not from my experience. I like Admiral Trench. Trench Separatist does perfectly fine in Rote. Like, they can do very, very well. At least through into Phase 4. I've not tried any further, I don't think. But they, like, Trench can beat the Reek, for example. Beat the Reek. Can deal with the first phase of battles on... where is it? I can't remember. The first Darkside planet. You love TW, just wish they would pull the plug and move Fleet Crystals to TW. Let the hate flow. I love it, brother. I love it. I was hoping to see some sort of update around TW in the road ahead. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything there. You love most characters, whether they are for TW, TB, or GAC. You hate Trench. That's fair, Juan. I mean, you don't have to like everybody. Trench is actually a fun character. I enjoy Trench's kit. It's enjoyable. The problem with Trench's kit is it just has a few holes in it. You know? Like, the indirect taunt from Django only works if you're using Watt. And if you're using what, you also need to make sure that your Dooku is fast enough to stealth the whole team. Otherwise, there's no pre-taunt. And if somebody just focuses down Trench and kills him, that's just game over straight away. It's like, okay, we're dead. But yeah. Arnold hates Trench. Also, he lost against him in CAC. Trench feels restrictive on who you... Trench is an incredibly prescriptive team. You know, like... You should be using Trench, Dooku, Django. You should be using... Wat Tambor, and generally, who's the last person there? Trench, Dooku, Newt Gunray, right? That's kind of like the prescribed team. If you're not using Wat, you can throw in like GBA instead. It's not ideal, but it gives you an option. I've actually had a few holds with that on defense. But yeah, otherwise, it really just wants to have Wat, and Wat is such a tough sell. And when he first came out, the AI was really dumb, where Trench wouldn't... where Wat wouldn't place the correct text out to the team. Now they've fixed that side of it, but again, still losing Wat is a big deal, you know? Nafis, you're not wrong. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Vader. It's like, is Wat really going to be free? Is Wat really going to be free? And is the best use of Wat to throw it on a Trench team? I don't even know if that's the case. Do you know what I mean? Because Wat still has use in a Slacker team, which is arguably more important than a Trench team. It's not like Trench has taken out GLs. Not outside of TW, anyway. So do you really want to put your Trench there? It's good, don't get me wrong, but is it great? No, not really. More like a driveway ahead. Not enough to the main question. Who are we feeling this year's GL? Will it be Phantom Menace? So Storm... We kind of touched on this in Tribe Talks yesterday, but my personal stance is I don't think it's going to be Phantom Menace related. I think it's going to be, if we get a GL this year, it'll be towards the end of the year, October, November, maybe December period, right at the end of the year. It won't be Phantom Menace related. I think all Phantom Menace content is going to stop at about half-year mark, and the GL is going to be a wild card. It's going to be something out of left field that people weren't expecting. That's how I think it's going to go. You know, maybe we'll go down GL Revan. We might start pushing into some random KOTOR content. We might get Vitiate and that sort of thing. Maybe they'll do that. I don't know. I think the only other content that they could really focus on is Ahsoka, but I don't think that we're going to get GL Ahsoka and GL Thrawn yet. I think they're going to wait until we get the film, and that's not for years yet. So I don't think it'll be them for GLs, but we might have that era of content. You're hoping for Darth Tyrannus? Oh, well, I suppose that would be prequel errors, I guess, yeah. You think most people can get better use out of Wat outside of a Trench team? I agree. Need more Seppies. You're hoping for Darth Tyrannus. Probably a Mandalorian after the movie. Well, the movie's not out till next year, so it's probably not going to be that, right? GL Mando. Do we need another Din Djarin in the game? Maybe. Do you think we'll just get Din Djarin? Will that be his name? Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Are we going to get Din Djarin? Are we going to get Din Grogu? It's not Tyrannus, it's Tyrannus. You're a Tyrannus. Thanks for streaming. My son was hospitalized with really bad flu and he's gave it to me. Oh man, inimitable. I'm sorry, dude. Feel like rubbish, but at least I can enjoy watching the stream. Not eaten or drank in 3 days. Be careful, I've been told this flu is twice as bad. Oh my days, mate. Let's hope it doesn't make it up from Plymouth to Wales. I hope not, mate. I hope not. And I hope you feel better and I hope your son feels better, dude. God damn, you need to get some water in you, some fluids, man. GL Rose, right. Feel better soon, please, inimitable. Didn't Acolyte get approved for June 5th from Disney+? I'm not sure. Asajj Ventress for GL. I mean, we've got Bad Batch Season 3. The problem is, CG don't tend to release content when stuff is coming out. You know? They don't tend to be like, oh, there's a new season of such and such. Let's release some content for it right now. It usually happens like a year later. So I can't imagine we'll see any like Bad Batch Season 3 stuff. You have a feeling the new GL fleet will be the Victory class Star Destroyer when Palpatine first became Emperor. Oh, interesting, Juan. Hey, boss, how you doing, buddy? CG needs to add Watt and Cam shards to different stores in the game. Using Get 3 to acquire shards is way too costly. I mean, there was a time where they were available, right? Acolyte starting June 5th. Nice, Born. Your guild is doing rote and I can't get many shards for Watt and Cam. Yeah. It's a tough place to be. It's a tough place to be if you can't actually get Watt and Cam shards, because nobody's going to go back and run Darkside Geo and Lightside Geo. Hope they give us enough boofer. I would absolutely love to get Padme's Royal Starship. I just think it's such a cool looking ship. And the Naboo N1 is such an iconic starship as well that it should be in the game. But where's it going to go? They need a Revan movie with Keanu Reeves. Yeah. The Lego sets are usually an indication of what comes to SWGoH. That's why I think the Invisible Hand will be coming. Oh, really, Roy? Okay. I don't keep on top of what Lego sets come out, but it makes sense. If the marketing department is pushing certain stuff, they want to try and sell merchandise. Lego makes stupid amounts of money, so they want to try and tie in everything that they possibly can. That makes total sense to me. You want a Nubian Starfighter? You're a Nubian Starfighter. Bring GL Satil Shan and GL Vitiate. I think Satil Shan will most likely just be a unit required for GL Revan Reborn. 10.5 mil account, still have a 5-star cam because I refuse to spend 2,125 Get 3 for 5 shards. That is really expensive, to be fair. That is very expensive, considering you'll need 185 additional shards. That is a lot. That is a lot, mate. A Nubian Starfighter is the silver one Padme uses? I thought it was the Naboo Royal Starship. All 3 are Nubian class ships. I see. Because I didn't think hers was a Starfighter ship. I thought hers was like, didn't even have weapons on it. Wasn't it just a transport ship? This is the 21st anniversary of LEGO Star Wars sets, so the interesting choices being made by LEGO, like an R2, which includes Darth Malak minifigurine. Really? Not Starfighter. It only costs 1,750 Get 3 for 5 shards of Commander Ahsoka Tano. Wonder why Cam and Watt are so expensive then. A J-Type 327 Nubian. I haven't watched Bad Batch Season 2 yet, mate, so I haven't started it. I've tried to get through Bad Batch. Like, most of my viewers will know that I have a hard time getting through Bad Batch. I find it very difficult watching. So, I'm on, like, episode 13 or something of Season 2. You're buying Watt/Cam with Get 3? Gotta get them somewhere, and this is the only place. Kairos can be farmed and bought elsewhere. I mean, you have to get them eventually. What you don't want to find yourself, like, Watt is a requirement anyway, right? So you need to get him to Relic 7 regardless. Cam isn't a requirement yet, but he's such a good character, especially with Keller and Beck in the game. Still need Red 5, absolutely right. Neutral GL Revan, where his leadership would activate light side if all allies are light side with him, or activate dark side if all dark sides are with him. Or maybe a bit of both. Maybe a bit of both. He's a GL and he requires Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Basti Fallen, and Bastila Shan. That's his team. Completely guts some Jedi teams and some Sith Empire teams. But that's the only way he works. That'd be funny. I don't think that will go down well with the community. What is very usable? Cam is just really, really good in a small number of teams. He's like really good in a Qui-Gon Jinn team, really good in the Keller and Beck team, and then has limited use outside of that. That's the problem with Cam. He's like, in those teams, he's very good. You're frustrated that you joined a guild to unlock Cam, then Rote took over and I ended up buying Cam shards. Yep. It sucks, Spawn. Hey, Interceptor. What's my recommendation for a Leia GL team? What, the team to accompany it? I mean, two of the slots are always taken up by Drogon and R2, right? The last 2 slots are a little bit more variable. Typically, most people go with tanks, so you can have, like, Baze, Old Ben. They're both good choices. Some people run Mon Mothma for an extra revive. Wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Typically tanks are usually pretty good. Typically tanks. Bad Batch Season 2 is okay. A couple of good episodes, but mostly just random easygoing episodes. Season 3 at least starts strong. The first 3 episodes. Good to hear, Roy. Yeah. I mean, there's been some hits and misses. I saw one of the last episodes I saw of Bad Batch Season 2 was with... It was almost like a horror episode with a giant beast thing that fed off electricity. That was kind of cool. That was a decent episode. Cam and Watt being 140,000 get 3 to 7 star is absurd. I get it. Yep. What's the chance of them adding more dark side Mandos? In the short term, I would say about 20% chance. We already know we're getting a new dark side Mandalorian. Well, not dark side, probably mixed Mandalorian planet. We know that's coming as a new bonus planet. Hopefully, we get an unlock with that. Now, they could theoretically introduce a new dark side Mandalorian for that planet, but I doubt it. I don't think we're going to all of a sudden jump back to doing more content from Season 3 of Mando. I don't think that we'll do like KOTOR 2. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. And maybe we'll get, a new Canderous. I think it's unlikely. It would be nice so we can not have to use Django and Django can go back to Trench. Because it's funny that they're giving Watt back to a Trench team, but Django wants to go with a Mando team as well, so it's like, Some use Han and Chewie also with Leia. Yeah, but that's way too expensive. You can't ruin your CL. Like, it worked really well during the Toxic Leia comp because of Drogon's Datacron, sorry. These days, you can't afford to throw Han and Chewie. It's just not that great of a team in a Leia team now without that Datacron. Why throw Han and Chewie with Leia? It's a lot of upfront damage, a lot of survivability. Well, not a lot of survivability. A little bit of survivability. It was mostly the outright damage at the start used to be absolutely nuts with the Drogoncron, but the Drogoncron's gone now, and you don't want to ruin your CLS team to make a Leia team that won't hold any better than a standard Leia team, in my opinion. They should just make the Deathwatch tag and have pre-Vizsla Deathwatch team, or just add Vizsla and take Django out. Doing Rogue gives less Get 2 for buying the ship and makes it difficult to 7-star both of them. Yeah, but you get 3, and Get 3 is valuable. If you're ever going to watch one episode of Rebels, watch the episode called Twin Suns, episode 20 in season 3. Kind of ties the Rebel tie-in with the start of New Hope. Cool, good to know. If we get anything more out of KOTOR 2, we need the Exile. Yeah, why not? Hoping pre-Vizsla as a character on Mandalore, but he's Clone Wars era rather than Rebels era, which is what the TB planet is based on. Well, I think we're getting I think, aren't we also getting Mandalore as... No, we are getting on Rebels era, yeah. Update in game, just got? Has there been an update? Ooh, Meathead. Yeah, let's see. Has there been anything in the updates? Nothing in the update data mines just yet. I haven't watched Rebels. I have watched some Rebels, yeah. I've watched Season 1 and some of Season 2, and then I was like, oh my dear lord, I can't watch this anymore. Hopefully it's an update to help people actually unlock their ultimates for the GLs. That would be nice. I have no idea how many people we've been streaming to. How many people are actually watching me right now? 58 viewers on Twitch. How many we got on YouTube in the minute? How many people chilling in YouTube? 82. We haven't even got any content. We're literally just here chilling, having a chat about nothing, basically. Looking at the holotables. That's interesting. Maybe the update will bring back Cal. Nope. But Bo-Katan will be back. Don't worry. She'll be back. We need Kreia. Yeah. A Resistance team with Zori Can they hold under relic? I mean, yes, they can if you have like the Omicron on Zori, and it kind of depends what level of opponents you're facing. Everything has got to be sort of relative in relic levels, right? I mean, you could have a Gear 12 team, they'll hold against a Gear 12 team, or a poorly optimized relic team. You know, it depends. Zori under a resistance team is very, very good with Hiromi. It's very good. You're expecting Bo to go on a GI level hiatus now that Beck is farmable. Yeah, we'll see her next year. She's only going to come back in December time when she goes permanently to the Journey Guide now. What about nuclear force wielding dragons that invaded Coruscant? Add them as a unit? Yeah, why not, Juan? Let's do it. Patrick is just playing Conquest with me in the background. Hey, good. I'm glad I can be your narrative for playing Conquest, my friend. This is where Wolfie and I and Karth differ on opinions. Karthrick and Wolf think that Jar Jar is going to be like Bo and come back once a month. I think Jar Jar is going to be permanent. I think Jar Jar will hit and he'll be always available. But Wolfie and Karthrick think that Jar Jar will come back like once a month after the first initial release. I wouldn't be surprised if CG do that. But I think it'll be permanent. Can Leia Organa or JMK beat Lord Vader with doubt? Yeah. Yeah. I think both can. Both can. Like, I'm pretty certain... Don't we still have... I don't think we actually have the permanent death Cron, or do we still? I'm forgetting. I'm losing track of Datacrons now. Yeah, we still have the no revive Cron. No revive Cron is still pretty useful there. I've seen a lot of people using like DTMG Cron with Lord Vader. So Payne thinks Jar Jar's going to be permanent. The raid should be an underwater raid with the 3 animals from Naboo, and Jar Jar should have been the character in the raid, or another Gungan. Fair enough. I think that Jar Jar and Queen Amidala are probably going to be around about the same time. If you think, like, if we get a marquee every other week, right? We need 4 marquees, which means it's going to take 2 months for everything to come out. That's going to put us in April time. The raid is supposed to come in the summer. So if CG are being kind and generous and giving us time to farm up the characters and actually letting them become free-to-play farmable before they release Jar Jar, which I think is highly unlikely, I think it's more likely that either he becomes permanently available straight away, or, and you have no means of getting the characters outside of shipment farming until like a week before the raid starts, or he drops in like April, right after the end of the marquees, like immediately after, and then he comes back when the raid kicks up again. But I think he just goes permanently farmable. They should name the raid, There's Always a Bigger Fish. Karthrick is the bigger fish. That would be too nice for CG. Jar Jar's event is going to be every 2 months. This is the thing. Like, CG, for a time, were very predictable about the cadence of events, right? It used to be everything comes out every 3 months, you know? It'll come back every 3 months. Then they changed it. It might be 3 months. It might be 6 months. And then they're like, Bo-Katan just threw all the laws out the window and just said, yeah, we're just going to just throw her at you constantly. And then GI did stuff like, I'll come back once in a blue moon. It's just like, oh, and then you had other characters like, well, we're just going to go permanently to the Journey Guide. So all the GLs go permanent. Or the December legendary releases become permanent. It's like, we can't make informed decisions anymore, which is probably what CG wants. They probably want us to panic into thinking, oh, when is this character coming back? You know? I have 6 datacrons. No more. No less. I have a few more than that. Straight to Journey Guide for Jar Jar? You think so as well, Jar Jar? Will they ever put a new character in the raid again? Like Han or Trey? I really hope, Roy. I really hope so. But I don't think we're getting it. I think, like, from CG's perspective, they don't need to incentivize raids any more than they currently do. Because all they're doing is they're removing currency, Mark III currency, from the old raid and putting it in the new raid. So if you don't move to the new raid and don't try and invest in the new raid, then you are missing out and earning less than you were before. That's how they're incentivizing it. They don't need to release a character anymore. It might be exciting. It might be fun to have a new character locked by a raid. But they don't need to do it because they're just going to give us get 3 only in the featured raid. Permanently available, but need characters all R7. They've already confirmed it's R5, Pain. Well, no, they haven't done that. They've confirmed that Boss Nass needs to be R5. Sorry. I may or may not be talking to Meathead. The Jedi Knight Cal Kestiv event, any time frame? We don't know. We don't know yet. I haven't heard anything about it. I would expect it's imminent. I would expect it was imminent. But they haven't given us any information, unfortunately, Interceptor. The worst was when Malak dropped. What did they give us? 2 days? Yeah, Malak came, turned up for 2 days with like 2 days notice, and then disappeared for 125 days. It was horrible. You think Jar Jar will not be permanent? He's the same type of event as GI, unfortunately. Legendary event. Yeah, I mean, that's as much of an argument as anything else, right? I don't think he's going to turn up like once every 6 months, though. That doesn't make any sense because the raid is on the horizon. You know what I mean? They're not going to release a character and then lock everybody out of being able to do the raid properly for 6 months. You hope they fix gifting. I'm not even sure what's wrong with gifting at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Weren't gifts like Lightspeed bundles removing Zetas and stuff? Do like the new star marquee that Boss Nass has. Hopefully that stays. I really hope that new marquee star goes. Let's get the chat back up. Sorry about this, guys. I'm kind of bouncing between chats at the minute. I do apologize. Why am I not able to get that up? That's what she said. We know you're meat-headed tight. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, brother, can you drink with me today? It does not have to be much, just a glass of whiskey. I'll appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Unstoppable? I'm not really drinking at the moment, but hey, if there's something to toast to, I will toast you for something. They don't do Bando permanent. Didn't they do Bando? Yeah, Bando was permanent. Yep, as soon as he came. And he was really easy legendary as well. You could get him with like Gear 8 characters. It was huge. And yeah, Wolfie and I have discussed this before, but the typing of event really doesn't matter at this point. The only one that is always the same is Galactic Legends. They are always permanently in the Journey Guide. Every single one of them has been. You haven't received any gifts? I've received one. From a fellow guildie. He sent me some crystals in our last stream. That was very kind of him. It was very kind of him. You can't be gifted the Phoenix Lightspeed bundle, is what's wrong. Ah, mate. I like the new marquee events if they continue on them. It almost makes me want to wail a bit to get the extra gear. I mean, I for the first time ever, I wailed on a marquee, thanks to this new structure. Call Meathead and get him on the stream? Oh, I couldn't possibly do that, Roy. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have a sit down and a chat with devs. I'd love to have that. But why would they come to me instead of like Zareth or you know, or AP Gaines? I think he had a chat down with CG Crumb before, right? And I know they did exclusive stuff with, what was the podcast? Holotable News? Holotable News Network? Something like that. Yeah, they don't do stuff with Arnold for some reason. I'm guessing it's all the bad blood. I have the same issue with the Radis bundle. Don't have any ships but my Guildnick. Oh, that's really sucks, Sumeru. I hope they do fix that. You need him and Profundity before Gek starts, or I drop out of Kyber. Oosh. You're just going to have to come out with some wacky attack phases and try and pull it out, Interceptor. Your father passed away 15 years ago. Exactly half your life. I miss him every day. Unstoppable, that is as good as reason as any to have a drink. I will toast to your father. One moment. Yachida. Dear Father, Unstoppable. Lovely. Woodford Reserve, as you know, guys, my favourite. Let's get these chats back up. The moment they have a stream with Arnold, the game will end. I remember a couple of years back, didn't Arnold, he put out that he'd finally got an exclusive kit reveal. And wasn't it actually on, like, Mobile Gamer's MSF YouTube channel? It was actually an MSF kit reveal that they gave to Mobile Gamer, and Mobile Gamer let Arnold do it. It was really funny. RSG definitely had an exclusive. I think, did they have Leviathan kit reveal? It was something like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to... I've missed out on some messages here, so I'm just trying to get back up here. One sec. I'm no smaller than RSG or Escape Podcast. I don't think Escape Podcast does anything anymore, do they? Nev kind of quit the game and came back recently. I don't know if he's on that channel anymore, if he's on his own Nev channel. And RSG are very well established. I think as far as like subscribers and viewership goes, I think I pulled more. But they've got a very well established place in the community. CG and Arnold still haven't buried the hatchet. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to change. Did the same, spent and saved gems around 17k to get him 7-star. Nice. I imagine that there's probably just too much, that's gone on between Arnold and CG. I don't know what's happened there that soured that relationship. Obviously, he was a game changer along with a bunch of other people. The Game Changer program broke down, so there has to be some sort of bad blood there. I don't know, so I'm not going to try and talk to it. I know less than most people on this. But obviously, they're not trying to repair that relationship. They don't want to. And he used to purchase shards and shipments, but at least no. Yeah. They have no reason to. Arnold's made it part of his image at this point. What, to rag on CG? Yeah. I mean, he does call them out. He does call them out quite a bit. And sometimes it's deservedly so, you know? I can't say because I don't often get to watch all of Arnold's videos, or certainly not all the way through. RSG was one CG gave an exclusive, but they did with Cubs as well. I remember Cubs got an exclusive kit reveal. So did RSG. There was definitely another podcast that got one. CG pulled back from content creators since the fiasco with the playtesters leaking information to the community. Wish they could get back to being more... I would love that. I would love that, Born. But unfortunately, they don't like leaks. They don't like leaks, and leaks are always going to happen if you have a community. If you're spreading information out to a community, things are going to get leaks. Yeah. RSG had Lord Vader. RSG had Mace Windu kit reveal. Right. Bam had Mace. I think Bam did actually have Mace, yeah. They obviously knew, like, Bam is obviously well known for loving Mace, so it makes sense. Correct, Phasma. This is the last Bane featured Conquest. RSG has been around since the beginning, yep. Escape Podcast is dead, but Three Scoundrels is kind of a replacement. Nev shows up there occasionally, but Nev has his own Twitch channel. Yeah. Nev has only recently come back, right, in the last month or so. I've been on the Three Scoundrels podcast once. It was good fun. I enjoyed that. It's just a bit like... I had to have time off work for that because the stream was... I think it finished at about 4 a.m. and it was like a Wednesday. So it was midweek for me. There's no way I could stay up all night streaming and then go to work the next day. That just wasn't going to happen. I think he couldn't say, but he hinted may or may not be one or two people. May not be only one or two people that really hate Arnold. What do you mean? Within CG? Oh, thanks, Unstoppable. I really appreciate that, dude. That's very kind of you to say, mate. It's really kind of you to say. Tarple will have his horse to ride on, like Stap. Oh, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Gridden. Did Grid have an exclusive? You missed the content creator who created Rogue Actions with Cubs. Urzatron, that was Roy. Urz created Rogue Actions. That was his love child. And then Cubs took it on for a while and did it with... Did Cubs move on and do it with Heinze afterwards? And then Heinze took it on and he did it with Gridden, I believe. And now it's Ram Bam and Shulker. So it's almost like a mantle has been passed from content creator to content creator. Meathead, the standard guy, has darkened Daniel's live chat before. Oh, that's good of him. Yeah, Meathead is good people, man. Like, I've got a lot of time for Meathead. He shows up. He's good with the community, you know, and he gives out free crystals a lot, guys. How many times has he come to the stream and given out a bunch of free crystals? Cubs and Grid got the puzzle. So many that got exclusives are no longer playing. Yeah, Gridsy had Mace. Bam, with Bam as a guest. It was also Doja Fett's last thing before he left. Gotcha. You missed Justine? He occasionally still, like, randomly shows up and does a video, like, once every 3 months. Kind of like DB. DB does that as well. Cubs, Gridden, and the Escape podcast were all part of that Afro puzzle. Then they had all quit the game within 3 months of that. Ouch. Yeah. I know Grid has had personal reasons for it, right? Like, his wasn't so much around, like, the game and his love of it. That was more around his own personal situation in life where he had to step away. Because I know he really enjoyed it, and I believe he was making good money streaming. I don't know how good. Obviously, I don't get to see his metrics, and I shouldn't. Is Nest Solo Geo vid made me laugh so hard? Is just, like, consummate entertainer, man. CG only likes puppets, though. That's why I never tuned into any of their collabs with other creators once it was obvious that ostracized Arnold because he was willing to actually point out the flaws. I mean, I think it's less around pointing out the flaws. I think it's more around everything that's been said in the past between them. That those bridges are just burned, you know? Ask him to slide me a vault so I can relic Zori. I don't think they're that generous. He's given out like 1,000 crystals per player before. Well, to like 10 people. Iz has talked about that on stream before. He's pissed because he told Cubs he didn't want him continue on with the name, and Cubs just, oh really? I didn't know that, Wolf. I didn't know that. Yeah, no, like I've spoken to, well, I haven't spoken to Grid in a long time. Like, I would like to say that Grid and I were mates, but in truth, we were acquaintances. He's a really nice guy. I did a collab with him that never came out because timing-wise, it was just as he was finishing, and we missed the schedule for the video to be released. And it was a really good time. He's a really nice, outgoing bloke. But it's not like, you know, I got to sit there and have a chat with him like I would someone like Carthrick or someone like Ranger or someone like that, you know, who I've had lots of conversations with. So, yeah, missed opportunity. I feel like, unfortunately, I'm in a difficult situation being in the UK, where my time zone is just so vastly different to most of the big guys that I just don't get to rub shoulders with them so much. Which is a shame, but there we go. Giving free crystals is tight, you're not wrong. You could pass for 10 people. The hair versus the bald. He had the smoothest hair and I have the smoothest voice, I've been told. So, you know. Yeah, Meathead is good people, Interceptor. He's good people. He's always willing to listen. As you know, I was just chatting to him. I was literally chatting to him earlier today on stream. Because he reached out to me about stuff. Meathead is like that. He reaches out to either certain members of the community or players within the game that are well established, or he'll reach out to content creators. I'm not arrogant at all enough to believe that Meathead has only reached out to me and asked me a couple of things about the game. He's probably reached out to everybody that's, you know, well established within community. I imagine he reached out to Xerath and Fatal and probably Arnold, truth be told. He probably has, you know, and asked these questions. He's a good community manager. He's a good community manager, and he deserves respect. So did I, Roy, but he's been sticking around for a while. I mean, part of it has to be because of Crumb moving on and stuff. I was hard on Meathead at first, but he does a ton for... yeah, he does. Like, honestly, I'm trying to think back at a community manager that gets this involved with the community. Because there was nothing wrong with CG Crumb. CG Crumb did a lot. He did. But I think Meathead does more in the vein of he just shows up in people's streams and talks with the community. You know, I've never had a conversation with Crumb before, but I've had several with Meathead. Not over voice, obviously, but you know, in direct messages and chat. Keep asking about Conquest. After this, will there be a few weeks break until the next one? It's usually 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. So it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off with Conquest. Yeah. Wow, I've just realised the time. Is there anything you guys want to chat about before we wrap this up? Maybe it was ChatGPT. Yeah. And Meathead does art. His artistic work is fantastic. I've told him before, but he missed his true calling. He should have been in the art department. No worries, Phasma. No worries, buddy. So I'll go ahead and find someone for us to stream into, someone for us to raid into. Sorry, it's been great. It's been real great. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today, guys. Even though there was no content, we were just here chatting. We were having a chinwag, and it's nice to think that people will still turn up for a chat. You know, that's really good. So one last time, Unstoppable. Raise a glass. Yechid, Prost, Skol to your father. Rest in peace, and may you have many fond memories of him. Everybody else, see you all tomorrow. We're going to be doing roster reviews, and I need to raise up money for, is it this side or this side? I can't remember. For Tarples. So hopefully we'll be able to hit that either tomorrow or Thursday. If you want to have roster reviews, do swing around the stream. We'll be going live for the normal time. And I'll see you all there. Peace out, and big love, everybody.